Well, welcome back. Or I guess welcome me back, because I haven't touched this game in a while. Welcome back to Genshin. Song of the Welkin Moon, I believe it was. Yeah, Song of the Welkin Moon, to be more specific. Welcome back. Now, I last visited the game during Luna 2. It's now Luna 3. Because a certain few other games came into, were basically starting to interrupt me, so there's that. But anyway, welcome back me to Genshin. Today will be the focus on just continuing on with the Archon stories, the Archon quests that had released as part of Luna 3 a while back, I believe. When did the Russian release again? I think we have Luna 4 even coming up shortly, so it has been a while. But anyway, yeah, so we are returning back to the game. I am curious on how the story develops. I feel like the story in Luna 2 wasn't... Well, it was split in two, right? On one hand, it was basically... The problem, or the beginning, I think, was pretty cool, but then it started tapering off at the end a bit. I'm not sure if they'll keep it or what'll happen in the now second half, I guess, or in Luna 3 with Act 5 and 6. I don't think a act went, or a story arc went this long. I might be wrong, but feel free to correct me on that. I don't think we've had an Act 6, let alone an Act 7 and 8 that was already announced for Luna 4. So I don't think we've had that at all. We'll have to see how the story develops. I did see that apparently they're writing some stuff for the Traveler in, I think, Luna 4? I might be wrong, but I think it was Luna 4. So there is that. I'm teleporting a bit far away because there's the ads running because the stream is offline again. I think that was just a skill issue on my end though. But anyway. So yeah, basically hang on, where do I need to go? Wrong way. So I saw that, so I would expect us to get into a lot of travel content in the later version, or Luna 4. If we don't get it already in Luna 3, which I am looking forward to personally. But of course, we will see what the game will give us. But yeah, if you are only focusing on Genshin, welcome back. It's been 1.5 months, I think. But regardless, welcome back to the stream, and you might see a few more new stuff, which is basically unlock affiliate, so you now cannot do the, or Twitch that is, you cannot do all the good things regarding subscribe, cheering, and what so on. But this does mean that I have to run ads occasionally, so I will make sure that you won't miss anything. I'll make sure for that. Which means basically whenever I have an ad coming up, I will just schedule it at a better time and just have that going on. Which is why I was teleporting a bit far away, because it was still running an ad that I couldn't abort. But anyway, right, we are here. We're supposed to be going to the Adventurers Guild, which was up there. So I think, actually, hang on. Oh yeah, speaking of, I should do that. These are new? Do you get all of these now? No, I don't think so. Or did I just never collect them on the day I streamed? That is possible. Right, anyway, we are supposed to be talking to the Adventurers Guild, but before then, yeah. So as a info, I have now unlocked everything that affiliate offers. I'll still have to take a look at figuring out like the channel points at the very least. Maybe even the modes, I don't know. But regardless, this does mean that I'll have to run ads occasionally. Now I will try and make sure these ads don't run into any story, so don't worry about that. I will try to time them as much as possible. But yeah, keep in mind that this means that I'll have to take a quick 3-minute break every hour or so, roundabout. But anyway, sorry about that.
Thank you for waiting.
But anyway,
checking your adventurer handbook.
I'm actually not quite sure what happened. We were doing things with Nether and
Thank you for
that guy that we kept into that test pace, I believe.
Amazing!
Vacation? What's that? I have no idea what's that. Definitely wasn't on a big vacation last year, but anyway.
Things were pretty hectic when we first got here. Everywhere you looked, it was either the wild hunt causing chaos or the Vatui stirring up
trouble. To be
trouble.
fair, I would appreciate if the game slows down a little bit. Like, I really liked Nocturne Act 1, I believe it was. I did really like that, personally. Where you just have a bit of, you know, slice of life. Or however you want to call it. Well, it should be slice of life. I just enjoy that, personally. It felt like this evolution was one giant slime in a barrel, ready to go boom at any moment. We have achieved a lot since we've been here, haven't we? To travel and Paimon strike again.
Sure have. Things were looking pretty dicey, but in the end, we managed to turn it around. Whoa! Paimon just got deja vu. Oh, that's right.
It's almost as if there might be a little bit of, you know, plot armor or something like that.
Are you two aware that the Moon Prayer Night is soon to take place?
No, I don't think I heard of that.
Yeah. Llama told us that was coming up soon. Wait, why do you
Oh,
mention
no,
it,
I
though?
think we did,
Do people
I guess.
in Nocturne celebrate it too?
It's been a
I
while,
thought it was just
to be
for
honest.
moon goddess worshippers.
It's definitely been a while.
You're partially right. Most people in Asha Town just see the festival as an opportunity to do business. They do not concern themselves with the religious element.
Okay, so but they still celebrate it, which I guess is
Scions.
maybe, I don't
On
know,
this
like
day,
a
they
Christmas
would
or
wear
something.
moon prayer blossoms and
Technically.
celebrate the birth of the moon goddess through song and dance.
Because it's technically supposed to be religious, but I don't care about that aspect personally. So anyway, let's see, the festival was first celebrated by the First Moon Science. On this day, they would wear moon prayer blossoms and celebrate the birth of the moon goddess through song
They would
and
also
dance.
prepare food and handicrafts and give them as gifts to others. Over time, it became Nod-Krai's most lively festival.
Why does this actually feel like it could be something
Sounds like fun!
Christmas-like? Or actually, which, I mean, the timing of the release fans, because this released back in
Well,
December,
in the meantime,
if you
since
think
Catherine
about
doesn't have
that.
any commissions for us, let's focus on some personal business instead. When we first got here, you mentioned that this was where your spaceship landed?
Oh, we're coming back to this
We didn't
topic.
get to follow up on it at the time, because we got wrapped up in that whole rare situation, but now...
You see, I
we can
wouldn't be
finally start
surprised if we get
investigating
into
it
that
properly.
in the Luna 4 version. Simply due to the fact that they are going to be releasing trailer skins. Which would imply that, you know, there would be significant... or there would be significant lore. Or, like, there's gotta be a reason for it, right? Which is why I'm kind of interested in Luna 4 specifically. What we will say. Except we have no idea where to start.
There's a saying Paimon's heard around these parts, which goes, if you lift up a rock, you'll find something you weren't looking for. By that logic, you'll never find what you're looking for while you're searching, but the moment you stop looking, it'll jump right out at you.
So that implies that we just shouldn't bother, basically. Thanks, Paimon. No, I'm not sure it's as simple as
Could be worth
that.
a try though, right? Anyway, Paimon suggests we focus on other stuff we want to do for now, and just
How likely
keep an
is
ear
that
out
going
for
to be,
spaceship-related
though?
intel as we go.
If you think about it. I don't really see that. Like, I mean, personally, like, if you discover a spaceship anywhere in Teyvat, realistically, it's gonna be huge news, right? So, we haven't seen Columbina in a while. Used a huge amount of power in the final battle against Rarier and has been much weaker since then. I don't know if I can do anything to genuinely help her, but surely a little chat can do no harm. One other thing that concerns me is we've seen no trace of the doctor so far.
She looks super serious all of a
What's the
sudden.
doctor again? I believe it was someone who we had... But, was that? No. I was just thinking about Columbina and the doctor.
Paimon gets why you'd
I
be
should
concerned
start
about
reading up on
Columbina,
stories when I get
what does
back
the
into
doctor
them
have to do
after a
with anything?
while. We've learned back in Natland that he's been investigating the moon, but he's suspiciously absent so far.
Oh, that's true. And now that you mention it, we're definitely overdue for a showdown with the Fatui.
That is true, considering you just basically stormed their base, effectively, or not just even
It is
effectively,
weird that he
quite
hasn't shown himself
literally.
this whole time. What could he be up to?
Engrossed in one of his experiments, perhaps. Either way, his current inaction is a good thing. Depends on what he's doing in the
Paimon would
background.
much rather deal with Marionette anyway. She says the meanest things, but when it comes down to it, she doesn't seem like a bad person.
I mean, I don't know. I
Maybe
do
it's the
expect
pressure of
us
being
to
at
run
the
into
Especially as a harbinger.
the... or
Does she feel like she's gotta
Well,
act
it's a-
tough to keep up appearances?
It's
or
surely
something?
gotta be like on point to have happened at some point. Maybe.
Every time we headed out with Rarier,
I think we've run
she
into the
always found
Fatui
out how
in
to
literally
attack
every
Bologna and
single
her other
nation so
robots.
far. Technically, Nod-Krai already as well, but I would suspect that it will happen more as time, or there's still supposed to be one boom-way thing where it happens.
That's gotta sting. Losing face always hurts.
So
more
that'll
for
be
people who
the
care a lot
question
about
of
their
how we
image.
get there.
She's probably still furious about it.
Paimon, I have a feeling she might have heard
What?
that.
Relax, she's not even here.
Well, considering that I believe considering that the caverns were all built by her,
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Sorry, we'll be on our way now.
there's probably a reasonable explanation that she could have heard it.
Right, yeah. Let's go see Columbina.
Well, that's the start of Act 5. I am really curious on what this will bring. Considering, I mean, I did like the part with that, like, I don't know, what was it? Or like, how am I supposed to call it? The playing field, basically? Could I teleport straight up? Yes, I could. Let's go there and we'll see. Go to Silver Moon. Oh, it still teleported you to teleporter regardless, interestingly enough. Right, I don't know what to do with these. I think they might have been essential materials for some of the early Nod-Krai characters at least, but to be honest, I have not really touched anything, any kind of level up so far. So that's a thing. But there you go, there she is, Columbina!
Hey, she's sitting up.
Is me sitting here a rare sight?
Well, depending on what they just said, it could have probably been worse.
We just thought you'd be resting.
Perhaps I would have been, were it not for the sudden arrival of some unexpected guests.
Now, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a positive or a
Not
negative.
that I consider it a disturbance. After all, you are the only ones who are free to enter. Would it not be a little unfriendly of me to lie down while we speak?
I guess she was pretty quick on realizing that, I guess. Question is, of course, how she's doing in general,
Only
right?
sometimes. There have been moments lately where I think about you and your companions. They are warm, mysterious, and cozy memories. Very few of my past memories are anything like that. They say that travelers return home bearing bags full of souvenirs. But my luggage was empty, and I believed it would
It
stay
does
that
sound
way.
like you're helping her a lot, to be honest.
Return home? So, you're still planning on returning to the moon?
I guess that's gonna be the...
Yes.
It's still
This
curious
planet continues to
on
reject me,
where
reminding me
exactly
that I do not belong here.
the Song of the Welkin Moon arc will lead us. Like, I know
If I
they're
remain into
trying
that,
to
there will come a day that
plug
I
a few
disintegrate.
holes.
And I don't mean reduced to dust
Um,
or turned into food for the flowers.
So I'm gonna be
I
curious
mean,
on how long we're going to
I
be
will
staying
cease
in
to
Nod-Krai as
exist
well,
entirely.
right? Technically, if any previous version is of indication, technically we should be heading into the final version. At most, Luna 4 should contain the final contents. But at the same time, they did announce 2 additional story arcs in for Luna 4, so I don't know. I mean, I will cease to exist entirely.
Well, we're sure gonna miss you. But it sounds like we'll have to say goodbye.
And why is that?
How do you
I mean,
intend to
of course we
return?
know that he will, like, yeah, rejecting thing.
The moon prayer
still-
night is soon to arrive. On that day, the moon will be closest
Oh.
to that. The Kuvaki in this land will reach its peak at that time. I merely
Hydration
need to
reminder, by
grasp
the way.
tide, and with relatively little effort.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It'll work like a slingshot!
You make it sound like she's gonna get blasted up to the moon.
I mean, maybe that's what literally happens. We don't know.
If I did that, I suspect I would crash into the false sky.
I mean, could at least try. Anyway,
I will be using a much gentler approach. But I do like the analogy. It's fun.
Thinking about it, luckily that we don't have airplanes in Taiwan yet.
You see? She gets
But
my
then again,
sense
we
of
literally had
humor.
a spaceship. So, thinking about it, with the spaceship, we would have had to crash through the fake sky anyway.
In the blink of an eye, the time
Sure,
has
other
come
people
to
must have
part
seen
ways.
it.
It does feel that way, doesn't it?
Unless someone just
Time
didn't,
seems to
or
fly
everyone
fastest
just
when you
didn't
are
care
enjoying
back
it.
then, maybe.
I have always thought of myself as a wanderer
I don't
on this
know.
earth, and it has never expressed any desire to keep me here. Yet, just as I plan to depart, it tugs at my arm. Is this a gesture of affection? Or is the world
I wonder
mocking
how
me?
this is going to continue, because it does feel like we are working towards an end. Or it feels like
Were you
the damsel
hoping I
Columbine
can
are
answer
setting
that?
up with an end.
Yes, you are a traveler, so you must have a lot of experience in this area.
Then what I would say is,
But like at the same
Enjoy the
time,
moment.
That's right. Don't overthink it. Happiness is happiness, and joy is
obviously we
joy.
can't end,
The
you
point
know,
is
this
to
version.
enjoy it, not analyze it.
Maybe something will go wrong in the
see.
at that
Then what
party
I would say
thing.
is,
Maybe.
even though I am very tired right
knows?
now, I am still happy.
I can't tell from the tone of your voice.
Oh, really? You don't think I sound happy?
I'm just kidding. I could tell you were in a good mood today from the moment we saw you.
Considering she was joking around, you know.
Ah, a joke. Albeit not a funny one. Anyway, I assume you're here about you-know-what. Give me your hand.
What was that again?
Actually, it's not that. There's something else we wanted to discuss with you.
Alright, we have one of the moon mirrors inside of us. Maybe
Huh.
that?
Then, do you still want to give me your hand? Or
I guess we'll see in a second.
Sure.
I still gotta be honest, like I do still really enjoy that the traveler is starting to talk a lot more.
Thank you. So, I've heard that in the moon prayer nights of the past, people here would hold celebrations in the moon goddess's honor. Since you helped so
Which-
much in our fight against the Rehir of Solnari, I think you deserve a farewell party before you return home.
I guess that's gonna be the night, right? The moon prayer night. I mean, I guess it's
I haven't
gonna have
asked
to be
everyone else
turned,
for their
maybe?
opinions on this yet. But I'd like to invite you to join the upcoming moon prayer night.
This is
I've
starting
never
to feel a
joined a
tiny
moon
bit
prayer
like
night
Netman
before.
Act 1.
I'm not sure what I would even do.
Which, I gotta still be honest, I do
Don't worry
like
about
them
that. We take
adding
care of
some
everything.
calmer
All you
sections
need
to the
do
story.
is show up. Of course, there's no need to force it if you're not feeling strong enough. It's just, this kind of felt like a golden opportunity.
And I guess if you're not strong enough, how exactly are you going to be able to, you know, get up to the moon or something? I mean, I guess
They
she
call
hasn't.
me Kutar, and the Fatui have an arrest
I mean,
warrant
I guess
out
she
for me.
probably has
I
something in
shouldn't
her
appear
mind,
public
but
right
anyway.
now.
What I do? Although they have that for a long while now? I think they did. Yeah, there will definitely be complication, but
I'll make it work. You have my word.
Yeah, we got your back. Well, he does. Paimon's actually not too sure what he's planning.
well, I'm pretty sure someone's about to be filled into that.
All right, if you're sure. I will not refuse your invitation. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to pack a few more sights from this world into my suitcase before finally learning what my homeland looks like.
Souvenirs are always great,
Oh, if you see Lama,
to be honest.
please tell her
Be
that
straight
my
up
answer to
honest.
the question she asked me is neither yes nor no.
That feels like a dodge.
Rather, it is. There is no need.
That was kind of cryptic, but sure. Guess it's between the two of you. We'll pass along the message. Bye for now.
Well, who knows what's really happening? Why is the camera like that? Feels like she's definitely still weaker than she was letting on
And
just
also-
now.
I do not know.
That probably should have been an important part to, also mention.
Since she's agreed to join the festival, let's go see who else wants to take part. Llama's gotta be the person most familiar with the Moon Prayer Night. We should start with her. Also, what exactly is your plan to keep her safe?
I don't know,
Not
that's
sure
for
yet.
sure.
I'll figure something out.
What? Are you serious? And Paimon even gave you her vote of confidence back there. When did you become so sneaky?
We don't ask about that. Either way, let's go to Loma and see what she thinks. She's probably going to be on board, realistically. Or at least I would bet on that, even. Right. Hang on, there's a bunch of lambs. And where's Loma at? Was it this foggy before? It feels like things slightly changed.
It's us! Huh?
But I'm not
What are you
confident
doing here?
on that at all.
Beats me. I had a bit too much to drink last night, and
We even
when I
meet up
woke
with
up,
Walker
I was
once
on Hisi
again.
Island.
Mr. Varka is helping to oversee Nasha Town's
Are we going to be
preparations for
asking
Moon Prayer
both?
Night. He is here to go over
Lama
some
for
details
sure,
regarding the
obviously.
decorations and custom
Right.
cloth designs.
Surely we are, because if I recall correctly, Walker also helped a lot
Right, yeah.
with
that too.
the fight in the previous version.
What do you mean, that too?
Or at least I would hope. So preparations are already underway.
Celebrating this festival
Okay,
is a long
that-
tradition here in
That saves
Nod-Krai.
us having to ask about it.
On this day, the crescent moon at the top branches of the verdant crest turns into a full moon, and the moon prayer blossoms bloom with a special radiance. Our people take these to be blessed omens.
It's an especially welcome event coming off the back of all that nasty business with Rare. Everyone got put through the ringer recently, and now
do
they're looking
wonder
to turn their
what's-
fortunes around.
What kind of event, I guess, in comparison it is?
The big shots in town all agree that a big, lively celebration is
But I feel
just
like
what we
the
need to rebuild
timing would
people's faith in
make
this
it
place.
really close to Christmas technically, so I don't know.
No wonder
I don't know if
Catherine said
that's-
that people weren't so bothered
At least the
about
whole
religious
gifting
element.
part fits to that, so maybe. Anyway,
That's right. It's become more of a local custom by this point. The celebrations have little to do with whether the religious stories behind this event are true or not. Even the Frost Moon Scions
could
are
also fit
eagerly
to
awaiting the
IRL, to
coming
be
of Moon
honest.
Prayer Night,
um,
despite now knowing that their past beliefs were founded on a
Right.
falsehood.
that was, yeah, okay, that was also a thing that I think there was even in Luna 1. I think. Right? There was like this big discussion saying like, oh, this turns out it's fake, and or like not as it may seem. I think it was at the end of Luna 1,
That's fair. It's a bit like the lantern ride in
where at the very
Liyue.
least a
It's a chance for
bunch
people to enjoy
left
themselves,
the
not to
Fed
debate the
not the Fed
existence of the
Locan, because it's
Adepti.
completely wrong region. Right, let's see. Although in their case, the Adepti definitely do exist. We've met plenty of them in our time.
Oh, one other thing. We just went to see Columbina. We went ahead and invited her to take part in the festival this time. Hope it's okay.
I hope so too.
Wait, so you mean she agreed to it? Huh? That's quite a surprise.
I'm not surprised that he's surprised, to be honest, if you think about it.
Then I suppose that she intends to return to the moon on that day.
Oh, Llama's even correct. Okay, I guess she just straight up knows her.
It's kind of a complicated process, but basically, it's like a slingshot.
She probably shouldn't have endorsed your metaphor.
I understand.
Metaphor, sorry.
In truth, I had a feeling that she might make such a decision.
But what does this mean? I mean,
If Kuthar
that sense
has
she will
decided to participate
disappear,
in the
I
festival,
guess.
we should prepare accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. She was saying how it could be risky for her to show
But what
her
does
face
this
in
mean
public.
for the entirety of
We were
Nod-Krai?
wondering if there was any way we
That's
could
something I'm
hide
not
her.
sure about.
Unfortunately, the people who carved the statues did an excellent job of capturing her likeness. It will be very challenging to hide a goddess whose face
Time to give her a
everyone is
mask
so
or
familiar with.
something.
Darn! We may have bitten off more than we can chew here.
I don't know, maybe hide her, like, not quite in the middle, but, you know, just on the outskirts of the festival in some kind of building, maybe? I don't know.
Nah, don't sweat the small stuff. We can handle that.
Or Walker just organizes a few bodyguards. Maybe
you
that's
saying I have
also
a
a
plan?
thing.
Not as such, no, but the most
See what the
important
plan
thing in the
is.
festival is to keep the mood light and your spirits up.
It feels like the plan is basically, don't worry about it.
You can't go preparing for a festival with those long faces. You'll
Although,
never
to
convince
be
anyone
fair,
to enjoy themselves.
It does, if you think about it, like, it does take a while until you, like, if you see a face out of the usual context, then it can even actually take a while until you realize who this person is.
The monster
So
spirit is
that
strong
could be
with
a
this
thing
one.
that might work, just hiding in plain sight. Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
As it happens, I agree with Mr. Varka. Let's start by making our appreciation for Kuthar the beating heart of the festive atmosphere. And who knows, once we get the ball rolling, perhaps everything will just...
It does feel like they're
fall
just
into
going to
place.
go with the hiding in plain sight idea.
Hey, did you catch that?
At least that's what I
What is
think
it
might happen.
Or close enough, at least.
I'm looking forward to the Moon Prayer Night already. We have a festival in Mondstadt
In the meanwhile,
called
hydration
Welkin Moon,
reminder.
and you can always tell which couples are celebrating it for their first time by the smiles on their faces. Big, beaming smiles like their whole face is glowing.
Thinking about it, I think what kind of festivals did obviously Monster has Moon Bloom, Leo has the Lantern Rite. Was there anything on the other regions by any chance? Or at least I don't recall it.
And I have a feeling we'll get to see
Annoyingly.
that same smile on the Moon Goddess's face at this festival.
Not quite the same, surely.
Anyway, I'll take care of business in the city, but I'll have to leave the decor up to you and the Frost Moon Scions.
Well, as long as
No one
everyone
else
is
can
working
capture the
together, it
traditional
surely
aesthetic
should become
quite
at
like
least
you guys.
a pretty good thing, I would hope.
But lastly, there's the final key element that brings the festival to life. Companionship.
We'll take care of that part.
Before you leave, let me show you something that we've been preparing. Mr. Varka had asked to see it already, so you may as well tag along.
Oh, what is
Also,
that going to be?
I have some further questions about Kuthar's decision.
Well, that's the... I guess that's where the question comes in, or the answer comes in, that she told us. Or maybe it's because of the night that everything is... I don't think this has been there before either. Or at least I feel like I would recognize it and it's new. Or rather, I don't.
They sure look like they're having fun.
I believe so. Kuhenki seem very skilled at playing drums like these, although I'm not sure where they learned it from.
Maybe we'll find out.
Maybe it's an innate talent? In their eyes, they're probably just playing with toys.
Hard to tell, to be honest.
Wanatar! You wanna play too?
Guess not.
Yeah. She looks more confused than anything.
How did the other two actually get into, like, figure out how that works then?
Maybe we can teach her next time if we get the chance.
Wait, hit on the left side. No, no. Oh! Oh, that's kind of nice. That's actually kind of funny that you can just trigger them manually, although without... But they won't do anything else if you don't. That's funny.
Things.
Moon veils. We hang them
one?
from buildings in the city during the festival.
Oh, these
when you
ones.
look at the sky through them, it creates a lovely misty effect.
I guess we can see a little bit of that. We'll try and look at these. Let's see, where do I need to go? Oh, there they are. Right. Llama and Warka.
Everyone seems hard at work.
They are preparing items for Moon Prayer Night. For instance, the sculpture being made over here. Mr. Varka and I were just finalizing the details of where it will be placed.
I'm surprised and I love the fact that they actually... Yeah, I was right.
Ah, there she is. I didn't know the
This
finished
place
article would
does
be
look a
so
little bit
large.
different than usual.
Not to worry, though. All the necessary arrangements have been made. Just let me know once it's ready, and I'll get some people to ship it over.
You have my thanks.
Ship
And
it over
over
to the
here,
city,
we are preparing
presumably,
a
because
very
I
traditional
think that'll be
confection.
the main focus point of the event.
Oh, look at all these colors! It looks great! Can Paimon try one?
Of course, Pyron wants to try
Of
candy.
course.
Who would
I
have been
have a
surprised
feeling
by
you'll
that?
like it a lot.
You bet! Sweets and treats are Paimon's favorite!
If you included those in the Feast of the Moon, I bet Paimon would have joined the Frost Moon Scions by now.
Well, I'm not sure about that, to
There
be
will
honest.
also be verdant crests like this present in Nasha Town during the festival.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if you could bribe Paimon with food,
The
quite
timing
literally.
of Moon Prayer Night is not completely set in advance. We make a rough estimate, then observe the changes in the verdant crests and moon prayer blossoms to guide us.
So what does this mean? You gotta basically be ready for like an entire
As
week, and it
such,
might happen at
The
any
wait
moment.
itself is a fun feature of this particular festival.
But I hope nobody's like really extremely on top of that, or like really excited for it, because otherwise that seems to be rather, well, I don't know, disappointing for
Let's
it to
talk here.
just constantly not happen.
To tell the truth, I am very surprised to hear that Kutar is willing to participate in the festival. I once asked her if she'd be willing to stay with the Frost Moon Scions. I could introduce her to everyone, and we could be a family to one another.
But I'm guessing,
She did not answer, but she has not appeared here since.
oh, and that'll be the answer she gave us.
I took this to mean her answer was no. But if that were the case, she would not have accepted this invitation.
Speaking of answers, she asked us to pass along a message. There is no need.
I see. Maybe she is right. Maybe the Frost Moon scions of
And
today
annoyingly,
no longer need
the
a
Traveler
moon
doesn't know about the
goddess.
second section of the answer,
But my wish was not for her to come
which
here
is
and be
annoying me right
worshipped
now,
as a
personally.
deity. I simply wanted to offer her a place to stay. I'm sure she believes that showing herself here might invite Fatui intervention, and as such, she does not wish to cause us trouble.
They are due for that, but so far we
But
haven't really seen
what
anything.
really pains me about all this is that this is her birthplace. She ought to belong here, yet no one has been able to grant her shelter.
I think I'm qualified to weigh in
And
here.
also the whole thing
When
about
someone's
apparently
about to
the
depart on
planet
a long
rejecting
trip,
her,
what they need is
which
blessings,
is,
not burdens.
I would call that a
We should wish her
problem
the best,
personally.
not make the journey harder than it already is. Anyway, she's agreed to attend, hasn't she? All we need to do is simply respect her decision.
We'll just have to see what comes out of that event.
I see your point. Yes, she will soon depart after all.
And so in that sense, make
Our
it the
job is to
best
leave her with
festival
some
you
happy
possibly ever
memories.
held.
Besides, who's to say her journey to the
To be
moon
honest,
is a
I don't
one-way
really
trip?
want her to
It's
leave.
not like she can't come back and visit if she wants, right?
Paimon agrees wholeheartedly. Festivals are all about having fun.
Unless this is
Just
already
keep it
the end of
simple.
the Nod-Krai, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna head back to Nausea Town soon. Want to come with? I'm guessing you have some other folks to visit there.
Yep.
Sure thing. Let's go. Bye for now, Wilma.
Time to
Thank
go
you
back
all.
to Nocturne Town.
Goodbye.
Together with Walker, even. A traveler needs blessings, not burdens. It sounds good in principle, but will blessings alone be enough for Columbina? I don't know. Personally, I doubt it. Oh, hello there.
A reward on the road.
But of course, we'll have to just find out. Right, return to Nashua Town. Let's see. Let's teleport to the statue. And see what we end up meeting with.
Huh? Hey, over there. It's Durin and Albedo with Flints. What could they be chatting about?
Of course, we ran into Albedo, I think, in Luna 2? I think?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Ah, Grand Master, and the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello there. It's been a while.
It's been a while indeed, if you think about it.
Perfect. We have some new volunteers for our investigation.
I've been busy building factories alongside. Sorry, what investigation?
Wait, let me guess. The righteous Lightkeepers are finally ready to hunt down the Abyssal Dragon?
Abyssal Dragon.
Yes, that too.
Was that something that was mentioned? I don't recall it, at least.
Yeah, right. Oh, wait. Why does everyone keep saying that too?
But yeah, I should get used to just
Well,
reading
to be
stories of
precise,
things,
the
to be
facts
honest.
match, but not the causality.
Wait, so I guessed right?
Guess right what?
Don't act so impressed with yourself.
Maybe I can explain. We ran into Mr. Flint's north of Nausea Town. At that time,
Okay.
we just noticed a few abyssal creatures out in the wild, but the strange thing was, I didn't detect any traces of abyssal energy on them at all. On closer inspection, we realized that they were not real monsters, but something akin to reflections in the water, or perhaps a mirage.
We've had something similar before, right? In the Trouble story shortly before Nod-Krai.
Huh?
Where,
What
it's,
do you mean?
where we were starting to just
You can
cross
see them,
timelines.
but not touch them?
Exactly. It was very peculiar. They roared and tried to attack us, but we could not make any physical contact with them.
I think I've heard of things like that happening in Nod-Krai before, but I don't know much about it.
Well, that's strange. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something if it is something similar to what we saw in the Netherlands Traveler story shortly before Nod-Krai. Wouldn't be surprised by that. The game has a bit of a history to try things or to basically put in things like in the story 1 or 2 versions before, and like to put in things that they're going to try later on. So maybe that's something we will have happen here.
Yes, it's a known phenomenon. Mirage-like
But
illusions
so
tend
far,
to appear in
no
Nocturne in the
idea.
run-up to Moon Prayer Night. From a distance, they appear quite real. I myself thought that Misters Durin and Albedo were locked in battle with abyssal monsters when I first arrived.
But that's not
But
what
after
happened.
sharing intel and investigating a little further, we can confirm that these illusions are harmless. There is no great cause for concern.
As long as you don't accidentally start misunderstanding these illusions. I'm glad that they weren't real.
All the Mirage stories I've heard are either animals, rocks, or small houses. Abyssal monsters, though?
Small
That's
houses
a
even.
first.
It's a first for me too, so I'm planning to look into it further just to be on the safe side. I intend to inspect a few more locations.
What about you two? Any plans?
Well, I would assume that we're going to be helping those 2 or 3
Alice
even.
contacted me a few days ago.
Oh,
She'd like me
oh,
and Durin
talking
to
to
assist her
Albert.
with an
Whoops.
experiment. But we lost contact shortly after receiving the message. I'm sure that comes as no surprise to anyone familiar with her.
Alice, if I recall correctly, was the mother of Clay.
We don't know when the wind will blow. Yet when the wind blows,
Which I think was
we will
also
know.
like at least
That,
somewhat
in a
announced
nutshell,
that
Describes
would be
how
something
Alice
that would happen.
operates.
If I recall correctly. I did see that they already announced the characters, or at least the silhouette of characters that will be releasing over the next few versions.
Okay. Well, I suggest we investigate this Mirage business in the meantime.
I think it was
It's piqued my
6 characters and
curiosity.
5 of them
And I'm
visible.
pretty
6 was
sure I
only
know
hiding
someone
in
who
the
will already be 10
in the
steps
shadows.
ahead of us.
We will see what that will give us as well.
Well said.
But we are going to be using this brief moment to at least
Whatever's
investigate these
happening in
illusions.
Nod-Krai, she always seems to be the first one to know. Let's go see what she knows. We can invite her and her staff to the festival while we're at it.
Yep, time to talk to Nether. Which I still gotta be honest, I think she is the character I like the most so far. At least personally, you know. Aren't you supposed to be an elevator? Oh, the elevator's up top, I realized that. Okay, right. There's the curatorium. We'll just go up these stairs and then we'll be right there. Let's see what A she has to say, and B, if she's going to join in on the in the festival. I would hope.
You're right, I have noticed. There's certainly something a little fishy about this situation. Only a little, though. Records indicate that this phenomenon can occur in the days before and following Moon Prayer Night. That said, it has always been a rare
So
sight in the
illusions
past.
existing are tied to that, but why abyssal creatures?
The odds of encountering these phantoms are similar to looking up in the night sky, happening to see a shooting star, and managing to make a wish before it disappears. But this time, either everyone's getting lucky, or they're appearing far more frequently than usual.
And as usual, we have no idea.
Yehoda's out gathering intel as we speak. In the meantime, let me check off some points of interest.
Barrier's technically done, but
First, the Abyss.
who knows what else is happening?
The ones we saw seem to be abyssal monsters.
Indeed. But we have identified one location where many more of them have made an appearance. And not just monsters, but human phantoms too.
It would be funny if it was once again a time travel thing.
Given the scale and nature of the phantoms, it's almost
I mean,
as
but
if
with the fact that
someone's last
Genshin was
memories
starting
are
to look
coming
into
to life.
that or brought it in
or perhaps the memories of multiple
one of the last
people.
Netherlands versions, that's all. The bets are off. The bets are all off. So, I mean, who knows?
Oh,
So you mean the phantom monsters are hunting down the phantom humans?
Exactly. The phantoms can interact with each other, but we have no means of intervening. In addition, some of the human phantoms would seem to be from the very distant past. This is clear both from the clothing
Okay.
they wear and the stories
Okay.
they tell.
We are getting into the time travel alternative universe. That was a mix of English and German right there. We are getting into the
They
topic.
claim to be from Hyperborea, a name which I've heard from Lauma before. If this is true, it means they must be from 6,000 years ago.
But we definitely haven't been going as far as that.
did Paimon hear that right? 6,000 years?
It sounds like this merits further exploration.
That'd be a big help. I'll leave it with you, Albedo. My knowledge of ancient history is non-existent. I used to doze off every time the pre-Knights of Favonius era came up in class.
It's quite a miracle that you were able to understand these phantoms' speech, given how long ago they lived.
I suppose you're right. But I'll leave the archaeologists to ruminate over their
That is actually
conundrum.
impressive, too.
As an intelligence
Yes,
broker, my sole interest
I do
is in
wonder
the value of the
how-
information I gather.
Actually, I have no idea. How far could you go back as someone, who speaks today's languages and still be able to understand things? That's something I'm curious about.
Which, in this case, hopefully means earning myself some good favor with our dear Lady Moonchanter.
So calculating. Whew, this intel broker logic always catches Paimon by surprise.
Sounds to me like we could split the work up.
I think the abyssal phenomenon is best left to Albedo, Flints, and me.
Agreed. It coincides with my duty as a lightkeeper.
So,
For
what
my
are
part,
we going to be
I'd
taking
like to
on?
understand the abyss better. Even a little knowledge would go a long way.
This is certainly a rare opportunity to study the abyss. But even rarer, perhaps,
I'm not
is the
surprised
chance to make
Albedo is
contact with the
full on
ancients.
on the top of that.
The
Considering
curatorium
he's
will
like-
take the lead on investigating the Hyperboreans.
Are there other scientists?
We put in the work to learn what
I
we
don't
know
think
so far.
so.
It seems only fair that we get some quantity of exclusive intel.
That just leaves our trusty team of 2 unassigned.
Seems like it. Yeah. Wait, we're a team? Since when? Go with
Since you
seems like
became
it.
an honorary knight, of course. This was part of my grand plan all along.
He's the monster that just... I don't think there's anything bad with him.
We managed to convince Columbina to come to the Moon Prayer Night celebrations. Would you
Somehow?
and Yehoda like to join too?
She agreed to that? Huh. Quite an achievement. Never underestimate the traveler, I guess. I'd be happy
Everyone's
to join.
surprised about that.
No point shutting myself inside when the streets are all decked out. I doubt any clients will be visiting during the festival in any case. And Yehoda loves a party, so I'm sure she'll jump at the opportunity.
No. 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 No.
way to contradict me in front of...
Wait, no, that's not what
I was about to
Bad
say,
news, boss.
the saying no to a party doesn't really fit her.
So many people. Alright, everyone inside!
What happened?
Quick!
We need to know. Oh, she's fast.
This is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. I saw one of those phantoms at Star Sand Shoal, and it was...
Uh-oh.
It was some sort of flying
Uh-oh.
ship. Like a spaceship?
A spaceship at Stars and Shoal.
That's gotta be the one you came to Tibet in. You said you saw the same thing through the moon marrow, right?
But we're seeing memories of the past. I mean, this illusion's gotta be memories of the past or something.
You already know about it? Ugh, I thought I was gonna blow people's minds. Turns out I'm the last to find out.
I don't think that's
Wait.
quite true.
Back up. You came here in a spaceship? Now my mind is blown! What's it like on the inside? Was it like flying through space? I want to know everything!
Maybe that's a conversation for next time. This is still a huge discovery on your part.
Yep, exactly. Huge discovery.
I mean, this gives us...
Second best intel broker in the world. After your boss, of course.
Had to make sure to give Neff her first place right there. I mean... Oh, hang on. Wrong key.
Wow. Really?
But it does give
Well,
us a
I don't
location
know
of
if I'm all
sorts,
that,
right?
But...
So that'll be important.
I guess that decides where we're heading next.
But what
Come
will we
on, don't look at
find
me like
there? That'll be
that.
the good
I know
question.
the spaceship doesn't have anything to do with me, but you don't want to leave me as the only one twiddling my thumbs, do you? Please?
fair enough. You can tag along.
And realistically, I don't think having
In
support...
that case, let's meet
is
back
a bad
here to
thing.
discuss our findings once we're done.
You could argue with the whole traveler thing that it would be a bad idea, but I don't
I wish
think it
everyone
is,
a
right?
productive investigation.
You too.
Right, let's see what kind of information did Yehuda get with that.
What's up, boss? Aren't we gonna head out?
Hydration reminder.
Tell me, Yehuda, when did the curatorium start giving out intel for free?
Oh, that could be a problem.
Oh, sorry, boss.
Right. Go to the spaceship's random location. Where will it be? We'll have to see about that. But it isn't too far away. Yeah, okay, so you know what? I'm going to be walking there, but while I walk there, I'm gonna have to go in a quick ad break, so make sure to not go anywhere. I will be returning with Genshin in just 3 minutes time. Until then, if you don't get an ad, you can stick along, but I'm going to be putting in an ad break now. So make sure to not go anywhere, and we'll see ourselves again with more Genshin in 3 minutes time. I'll see you then. Right, then as the ads are running, we are just going to be walking towards that spot. Hang on, where exactly do I need to go? No, hang on, there's the opening. Right, so... Yeah, this is basically my idea. I'm going to be taking these 3 minutes to walk to where we need to go. And if we are faster than that, then I'll wait there, but I don't think we will be. There we go. Now, question is... This gotta be the right way. Right, so we'll just be heading towards the spot. Maybe I can pick up an extra elevator as teleporter as well. Could be beneficial. Or not just could, it's certainly going to be beneficial. Question is just how, and there is one. That's something I'm not quite sure about now. Let's see, there was one teleporter we had already activated. Probably could have picked that one to get more closer to it, but like I did say, I did want to make sure that I have the full 3 minutes. What is this? Well, I don't know what you are, but there's the teleporter that I'll be... It might be nearby, be careful. Okay, I'm not sure what to be careful about, but... Oh, this looks like an ominous thing. To say the least. Hang on, where's the teleporter? There it is. And the phantom should be right beneath us. Right around here. Oh, that actually... I guess that would fit, right? Oh, would you look at that? There's something beneath here, which we're going to be trying to get to. But let's wait for everyone to join back. Well, welcome back. You should now have returned from the ad break. I have walked to the spaceship, or at least what the Phantom is, and would you look at that? There it is, right here. Let's go down. Maybe, oh, there's even a cave here. So, maybe we'll find out something there.
Wow, what do you know? Yehuda was right on the money. This Phantom really is your spaceship. But that's so weird. Why would it show up here? Is it some kind of projection? Or a ghost?
I mean,
Like,
I feel like
no
at that
longer
point, this
somehow it
is
left an
probably the
after
place
image?
where it may, or maybe it crashed down? I mean, the cave in the background, I think, also fits.
Ah,
I'm
you're
not sure
already here.
either. Well, Llama already knows.
Miss Lauma, what a surprise. I thought you were busy with festival preparations.
Maybe she heard of it from
I
someone.
was, until one of our people informed me that a strange sight had appeared at Star Sand Shoal.
I see. So, shouldn't be surprising that it's, you know, it is making news fast.
No one's ever
That's what I
seen
want.
something
That's what I
quite like this
thought
before.
should happen.
I thought I should see it for myself.
Because you know, like, having something like this show up, right, should have been surprising,
Same here.
to say the least, even.
So, we heard that these things appear around the festival period. Any idea why that is?
Unfortunately not. We have very
Maybe it's
limited
also like
information about
trying.
them, since they can't be interacted with.
Maybe
no
they're also
human
trying to
phantoms have ever
talk
made
to
an
the
appearance
people
before now.
involved. You know, something like that, maybe?
The most we've been able to deduce is that these sightings appear to be connected to the increase in Kuvaki energy around this time.
Let's look around and see what we can find out. There are at least a few people here.
Yeah. Seems like that's all we can do. This is all
Although,
so
although I
confusing.
wonder, maybe they're like looking at the spaceship, trying to investigate
Allow
it,
me to lend you a hand.
and it's all like memories of them or something. But I don't think the illusions are physical, right? Like, they are here, but you can't touch them, right? There's a deer.
Everyone, our friend here should be able to provide us with some information.
Why this deer specifically?
Is that a phantom Rhymehorn deer?
I've heard about how the Frost Moon Scions live in harmony with the animals and can even communicate with them. That's coming in handy now, for sure.
But it is an illusion, so I'm surprised if that actually works.
Okay. Yes, I understand. Then how about
So she
this?
can. Well, that's surprising. I mean, it makes sense that you're able to communicate, or it at least makes somewhat sense that you're able to communicate with animals that are, you know, alive. But this is an illusion. I'm surprised she's able to do that.
Oh, it's leaving.
It
Or is
appears
it-
to share our curiosity about this giant spaceship, so I asked it if it wouldn't mind investigating.
I was
along with
about to
some
say,
friends.
or maybe it's actually trying to show us something.
In return, I told it about some nearby spots where the wild fruit grows abundantly. We may live in a different era from these phantoms, but I trust that the terrain, climate, and ecology here are more resistant to the effects of time than some things are.
That is strange.
Let's give them a moment and hope for the best.
I gotta say, you can really tell how more sci-fi over time this game gets. After a few moments, the Rhymehorn deer
together.
returns
Must have been
happily
a lot of fruit.
and its companions.
Indeed. Now let me ask them some questions.
Can they even eat the fruits? That I do not know.
Find a lot of wild fruit, enough for them to feast for a long while.
Like, how does this
This
work?
puffin circled in the air several times, but didn't spot anything out of the ordinary. Certainly nothing to do with the spaceship.
So we gotta investigate the spaceship ourselves. That's pretty much
Kinda
what's going
sense to
on.
get a bird's eye view.
Indeed. Other than that, I was also thinking that the world these phantoms see is also different from ours.
True, we saw that in the Traveler story back in Natlan, right? Where basically turns out we're speaking with someone from like 500 years ago. And we don't see that until we like touch her hand and somehow unlock it, basically.
Oh, I get what you mean. The wild fruit exist in both times and spaces, but there might also be things that only exist in that space-time, which we can't see.
Because we don't see their whole world, we only see small fragments.
Good point. Great thinking,
I mean,
Llama.
that's exactly what happened in the story of, like, what was it, 5.7, I think?
Blunthorn rhinos can use kuvaki to shift great rocks, but this one says it couldn't get that ship to budge by even an inch.
Shouldn't be surprising.
The sniffer mole tried too, but despite being a skilled digger, it could not get through.
Shouldn't be surprising either.
They say that the spaceship looks robust and undamaged. It seems completely impervious to any and all attacks. Whatever lies
I
within
guess in
is
that
well
sense, the
defended
question
from
would
harm.
be, why exactly is it no longer here in the present?
So, just like us humans, there was nothing they could do about this spaceship either.
Yes. Still, they deserve our thanks.
You know, like, there's something.
We are grateful for all your efforts, dear friend.
Why is it no longer
Now go
personnel? I mean,
and
of
enjoy your
course,
feast.
from my understanding, this means that, like, we're talking about, like, a difference of, like, 500 plus years, but still, why is the spaceship not showing up here in our like
I've
in
noticed
real
some other human phantoms
in the
gathered
present
nearby.
time?
Come on, let's go talk to them.
But yeah, maybe we'll find out some more news from the people. Can we? I don't think we. No. The closer you get, the more it disappears. And it does feel like we might end up seeing more in here. You know, maybe. It does feel like it may be important, so we'll have to see. Like, maybe we'll find the spaceship further down, further inside? Maybe? Is that how it works? You know, I don't know. Annoyingly that you can't actually see anything, or like you can't go inside yet. We'll have to see how that's gonna be in the future. But first, let's talk to Kilo and Ketu.
What is this thing? I've
Surprising
never
that we
seen it
already have
move,
names.
and there's no way to get inside.
Goodness knows. My grandpa says it's been sitting here at least since his grandpa was still alive.
So that at least confirms it's been lying around here for a while.
What about his grandpa? Did he say anything to your grandpa's grandpa about it?
Huh? I don't know. In all likelihood, it was here back then too. Hard to imagine something this huge could move.
So where did it go?
Guess that means that as far as they're concerned, this ship's been around a long time.
It makes me really wondering why. Like, where did it go? That's a big question mark, in my opinion. We have someone else down here. A Darimir.
Come on, brothers. If we can get even a small chunk off of this thing, it's gotta be worth a fortune. Today is the day we strike it rich.
I guess Stan would explain it, or obviously it was a interesting target for a lot of people.
Huh? You mean Paimon?
Yes, brother, I shall join you. Let's make our fortune.
We should go with them.
What the? This thing is crazy tough. I can't even scratch it. What's it made of?
Bedrock or something, I don't know.
Sorry, brother.
We will
Looks
see.
like we'll have to seek our fortunes elsewhere.
Oh,
Enjoying yourself?
I guess he
I was just
is.
seeing if I could influence this phantom's perception by playing. But nope, no dice.
So are we
I'm
just
sure
going to
we're
be
all
watching
starting
them
to build
along?
up
No,
an
okay,
idea
we're
of
not.
what's going on here now that we've spoken to some of the people.
So clearly people were trying to take advantage of it. Maybe that's why it's now gone? Hard to tell,
These
really.
phantoms are reenacting real historical events in Nod-Krai. It's almost like we're in some kind of interactive stage play. We can talk to the actors, but the plot
Well, yeah,
is
this is
fixed, and we
quite
can't
literally
influence it.
identical to that story shortly before Nod-Krai.
It makes sense. History is set in stone. The objective facts of the past cannot be changed.
Although Llama was able to at least, you know, talk to animals
Paimon totally thought you
back
were
in
just
the
goofing
day,
around
so
earlier. But actually,
there's at least
you were
something
doing
we
some
can
serious
change.
investigating.
Of course I was. Anyway, at this point, I think we're forced to conclude that although the Phantom spaceship is right there in front of us, we aren't going to learn much about it from these people.
If only to show the moment when my sister was searching for me. Maybe then I could have discovered why she wasn't in the spaceship. Or if it showed the moment when it disappeared, I might have found out who was piloting it and where they were headed. But no such luck. All we've seen is an arbitrary moment in time during its long stay here.
Don't be discouraged. If nothing else, this is proof of the ship's existence.
Oh, that is a fair point. Like, I was guessing that it's still here, but maybe it was eaten by the surface, or like people ripped it apart. I didn't think that someone taking it away by, you know, piloting it would have been a legit idea. I would not have thought about that personally.
And think about it. So many people tried to hack their way inside, but no one could get the door open. It's made of very tough material. To me, that says that we'll either find the ship itself or the story behind it. It's just a matter of time.
I mean, it would have been obvious back in the... If you were really thinking about it, it would have been obvious.
When Barca gets serious?
When you think about the fact that when exactly they were like, oh hey, I just remember this is the area of my spaceship. It was going to be obvious that we will find it at some point. We are getting close. Because that means it would have been here at some point, but where is it now? That's what we'll need to figure out.
I wonder how the others are doing. Let's head back for now.
Sounds good. Also, drinks are on me if Team Knights of Favonius is the first to finish.
Wait, we have a team name now?
I mean, sure.
Am I in
You know, why
Knights of
not?
Favonius as well?
Always take free stuff.
You're very welcome to join. We've even got a cathedral ready for you.
Isn't that technically blasphemy? You wouldn't dare make a joke like that if Barbados was in earshot.
I'm trying to avoid lava right now.
Nah, I'm sure Barbados doesn't mind a little harmless blasphemy once in a while.
But you know, inclusivity, I do think that's a good thing. But anyway, what is happening there? Oh, now we're switching to the other party, and we are also trying to investigate at least some illusions. But still gotta keep in mind that they're just illusions. And they couldn't do much more than just straight up continuing, straight up watching along how this guy is eaten.
There is nothing we can do to intervene in that which unfolds before us.
But we have to at least try.
So basically, these anomalies, or like, they need basically like read-only copies of whatever happened in the past. But I still wonder how Llama then managed to talk to one of them.
And try you
that
have.
Seems
Are
rather
you aware of how many unsuccessful attempts you've made now?
I wasn't keeping count.
I'm afraid this is the 39th failure so far. Or the 5th if we're only counting this particular victim.
Okay, I would not have been able to pay attention that much. 39th.
There are no indications that these
hey, that is
may be
that is
altered
an
in any
interesting
way.
thing. Does the same guy spawn in different locations, or why
You seem to have
did they
calmed
already
down a little.
see that guy for the 5th time?
I'll make us a fire. You should rest and have some water.
That is weird.
Feeling any better now, Mr. Durin?
May I ask a few questions?
Be my guest.
What exactly are we witnessing here? What happened to those people?
I mean, I guess they basically died back in the ancient days. Who knows how long ago?
My guess would be that we are seeing Nod-Krai during the Conrian Cataclysm. Would that be accurate?
Conria.
That is correct.
Okay, that places the timeline.
As you know, once the Abyss senses even the tiniest crack, It floods in and spreads like wildfire.
That gives us a timeline, but which I guess explains the spaceship, because I believe the
distant past when it permeated all
the
of Nod-Krai,
siblings
causing
reached, I think,
immeasurable
also
harm.
500 years ago.
The people paid a terrible price to heal this land.
That maybe someone, no, but the other one is still around.
Then 500 years ago, the whole of Teyvat suffered an abyssal disaster. Once more, Nod-Krai was dealt a devastating blow.
So, still hard to tell what's going
I
on.
see. In the face of the abyssal onslaught, all were like grains of sand tossed around by a tidal wave. Be they human, fae, or god. The moment you witnessed is but one drop in a whole ocean of catastrophe.
So that makes me curious, because the illusion of the spaceship, I mean, the people weren't panicking.
Alright. I guess that answers my
So
second
either
question,
they're
too.
like from a range of
I wanted
times
to know
where
why there's
I guess
nothing
this
I can
would have
do to
been
help them, and
pre-cataclysm.
That's because what we are seeing is
Although I'm not sure.
history.
That would be my guess as well.
As I understand it, history and fate are not all that dissimilar. The latter may be unseen to us, but both are immutable.
Yes. Fate was determined long, long ago.
I still
Getting
have
into
a couple of
similar
other
topics as
questions for you,
Star Wars at this
Mr.
point.
Flint. You mentioned more than one abyssal disaster that has struck this land in the past. How can you be sure that what we're seeing is from the
That is a
Conrian
fair
incident?
point. I thought the only big one was the Carnarian
And
cataclysm.
also, how are you able to stay so calm when you're talking about these events?
Isn't that just him always
From everything
thinking
I know
about it?
about you, you're not cold or ruthless, and you're not indifferent to the suffering of others.
Alas, I am forced to show my age. I must be 600 or 700 years old by human measure.
Oh. So he's also
Wait.
Canarian.
So, you...
One is not easily moved by history when one has witnessed the truth firsthand.
I'm sorry.
You needn't apologize.
The longer this game goes,
Your
the more
passion is
people
a
from
good thing to
Canaria
have.
we find.
Treasure it. Because someday you may find it in terribly short supply.
Although I feel like Flint's is probably in the best condition of any Canarian we saw so far.
Now, at the risk of offending you, I have a question in return.
Or at least Stein's life feels a little weaker on the weaker
Your
side in
curiosity toward
comparison.
the abyss, is it born from hatred or because you sense
But
its
I
call?
mean, I'm not sure.
I only ask because I kept a fragment of Rerir's body in my lantern for a short time. Specifically, his heart. So I know what a burden it can be to carry the abyss with you.
Of course, it happened in the previous
And I hear its power
previous
growling from
version.
somewhere
Sorry.
within you. In my eyes, your mere existence is a miracle.
What is happening? What
My
happened
honest answer
there?
is... I don't know. I don't think I have the confidence to say for certain. What I will say is the abyss is not the only issue that haunts me. Even before I became who I am today, the question dogged me constantly. Should I even exist at all?
That's something I can't
My
tell
doubts
you.
remain unresolved. But
If
when
I
you
do
fought
recall
Rerir,
correctly, Durin was
something
someone
became a
who
little
we ended
clearer
up
to me.
picking up in the summer event, I believe.
Sometimes it is the darkness within us that allows us to achieve the impossible.
I certainly got the sense from your 39 attempts that you were trying to achieve the impossible.
I mean, could at least try 3 more attempts
It sounds
then
like
see what
you've
happens.
resolved to see the truth for yourself.
Absolutely. In that sense, he and I are quite similar.
Then I wish you every success. I look forward to the day of your transcension. Well, if everyone's caught their breath, I suppose we should head back. Oh, and one last thing. I'd appreciate if you kept our discussion about history a secret.
He doesn't want everyone to, you know, immediately know that he's like 600, 700 years ago old, I think. I think that was what he said. I keep doing the noises with my
Incredibly, our
mic
separate
today.
investigations led us all to the same conclusion. Hooray for consensus!
But did we end up telling everyone regardless? Surely not.
Yeah, but we barely learned anything, though. I totally thought this would be the mother lode. Talking with the ancients? I mean, come on! But nope. All we got was useless snippets of conversation.
I mean, useless for now. We
All
won't
this
know
stuff
what will
about
happen
moons and
later on.
hyperopia.
Straight up
What
don't
a
know.
load of baloney. Seems like people back then had a few screws loose.
I understand your frustration.
Because maybe you don't
We
know what's
found the
going on
same
in
issue.
their
Each
times.
phantom only showed a very brief moment in time. There isn't much value to be found in these miscellaneous fragments of a civilization's history. No
But
matter
it's still
how glorious
quite
it might
strange
have
if you
been.
think about it.
If there's a silver lining, it's that these phantoms are harmless to the present reality. They shouldn't get in the way of the festivities.
Until they end up doing so.
Paimon agrees.
I feel like he's gonna eat
Because
those
it's the first thing
words
she
at
understood in
some
this whole
point.
conversation.
Nefer is
You
concerned.
look disappointed, Nefer. Is something the matter?
What do you think? We all worked our tails off, but the only one to gain anything from it was you, Lady Moonjanter.
I guess she's on about the event.
Wow. Please do share the Hyperborean records with me. I will gladly inscribe them in our people's documents.
I guess that?
Oh, duh. Yeah, that was it. Hyperborea. Hyperborea.
I'm serious. Only an expert in the Frost Moon Scions and their
It's gonna
history
be...
can turn these records
It does
into
feel like
valuable research
things are getting
material.
rather awkward. But I mean, based on the conversation, you know, the small clip of Yehuda and
The alternative is to
Nefer,
let
this
them gather
pretty much
dust on the
explains why
curatorium
it's
storage
getting a
shelves
little awkward,
until
probably.
the pages turn yellow. Nefer, you're wise enough to know that cooperating and sharing the profits is the best course of action here.
Well, that goes without saying. Sure, let's do that.
She's not happy.
But didn't you say we aren't supposed to give out intel for free? Sorry. Shutting up. Now is not a good time to push Nefer's buttons.
Yeah, because it feels like she's getting rather mad, to be honest.
Anyway, back to
In my
Moon Prayer
opinion.
Night.
Hopefully,
I'm thinking that we should prepare something a little special.
I'm not sure what
aside
to
from
do
the
about
usual
that, I
decorations and
guess.
So on.
Thinking about it?
You mean a parting gift?
Can't go wrong with food. Although, does food go bad on the moon?
That is a good question. To be honest, like straight up to be honest.
Perhaps a lantern would be a better choice. It might be dark up there.
It could prove difficult to light a lantern on the moon. Magical stones might serve that purpose better.
What about a clockwork mecha model from Fontaine? I've got a whole bunch at home. I use them for fighting practice in my free time.
So basically, we're just looking at different gifts we could
None
give
of these
her.
sound like things she would be even remotely interested in. But we don't interact with her enough to know what she likes.
You could just do the blatant thing of just straight up asking her, but personally, I don't really like that. Because that's the whole thing of, you know, like, I mean, I don't know, the thing I like of gifts is the whole thing about, being surprised, you know? That's the kind of thing that I like the most.
Yeah. It would really save us the guesswork if someone could find out what she's into.
Everyone's looking at the traveler.
Traveler?
Quite okay.
They're all looking
Sorry,
at you.
I will have to try and keep that. Stop doing that. Oh, okay, I got it. I'll find a chance to ask
Great.
her.
Haha, problem solved. Now,
But still,
need to
I mean,
stop by Dory's.
At least I guess
Gonna need her
asking
help
is
sourcing
better
a bunch
than
of stuff
nothing,
for the
I
festival.
guess.
Then let's leave it there for now. We all have our own business.
But
to
personally, I
attend to.
do prefer
Traveler,
gifts that, you know, I
If you
have,
find out what
that I'm
Cloutard
surprised
likes,
with,
let
right?
us know right away.
Gotcha.
Is something the matter?
That's my, come on, why am I doing it to so much today? That's my line, Darren. You seem a little down.
I'm fine. It's just... I'm still feeling a little rattled after witnessing the horrors of the Abyss.
He's still not used to it, is he?
But it's okay. This is something I have to work through. I'll be alright. Thanks for your concern.
I feel like at this point, Aaron's kind of got to know what everything that had
yourself.
happened.
If you ever feel like something's wrong, physically or mentally, we're here to talk.
Don't forget, I'm a member of the Knights of Favonius. You can always rely on me.
Come on. Stop treating me like a kid.
Well, that is the first mission done. Go out. Actually, can we talk to people? Yehuda.
Could you do me a solid and try to smooth things over with Boss Neff?
Meow.
Which
Durin.
is why we need a lantern guaranteed to work on the moon.
Yes, I have a few ideas.
They're
but
still planning
The
things.
lantern itself is the easy part. The real issue is how little we know about the lunar environment.
That is true. I mean, in Genshin, they have certainly never visited the
Wait,
moon.
You two are
So they have
serious
no
about
idea.
this?
Kind of funny.
Let's just say I'm intrigued by the shining magical stones that Mr. Albedo has mentioned.
But you know, you gotta figure something out that doesn't need oxygen, preferably. Well then, we need to go back to Columbina. So let's head over there right now. And then let's see. There we go. Right, Columbina should be here somewhere. Probably down there. Although there's nobody there. It seems.
Columbina, we're back! Huh? She's not here.
I can't sense her presence at all.
Weren't there a few Kuhenki here last time too? Where did they all go?
Maybe she took them out for walkies. I
Walkies?
doubt it.
Kuhenki? You're not pets, you know. Oh well. Looks like we just came at a bad time. Let's try again
But wasn't
tomorrow.
she hiding here?
There's still a few days
I
until Moon
feel
Planet,
like we
so
should be
we're in no rush.
concerned.
Besides, she needs time
about
to rest
that.
anyway.
Fair point, let's go. Or was she just hiding somewhere?
Columbina, are you back yet? Oh, how strange. Looks like she still isn't here.
On next day, presumably? This is a bit odd.
It's not like her to spend so much time outside, especially since she's worried about attracting unwanted attention.
By the looks of it, she hasn't been back all day.
Luanatar, you there?
At least, it is here.
Hey, do you know where Columbina went?
And that's gonna be a no, I think.
Don't understand. But if you know where she is, could you take us to her?
But what happened to her? Sounds like I don't know either to me.
Yeah, that's even stranger.
Paimon, look, the flowers, they are white.
What about them? Oh, that's not good news.
Because I believe blue means she's doing fine. White is
They change color when Columbina gets weaker, right?
she's not doing as good, basically. Let's go, we've got to find
Good
Llama.
idea. She might know what's happening.
Where is she at? Or was she hiding somewhere?
Ah, it's you. How is Kutar? Is she okay?
She's missing. Has she visited the Frost Moon Science?
No, she hasn't. I came here to check on her after I noticed the flowers had changed color. Based on past precedent, she must be very weak right now. Even getting up to walk would be a struggle. It seems unlikely that she wandered off outside.
So that would indicate that she should be still inside that cave, but she's clearly not.
Not to mention that she doesn't do that at the best of times either. So yeah, this is super weird.
Has anyone approached Silver Moon Hall lately?
No. Very few people are in the know about Kutar's whereabouts. And if anyone suspicious had visited, they'd have left some sort of evidence. Come on, let's go to Nasha Town. If anyone has seen her, someone there will know about it.
Time to talk to
It's
Nocturne
Nod-Krai's
again.
information hub after
Even
all.
though she's been rather... I mean, I don't know.
Makes sense. Let's go.
Well, let's see. Go to Nasha Town to collect intel. What is happening? Where did she go? We need to know who's come out in front or something. Right, this way. And then we're gonna have to... We need to say what exactly happened. It looks like some small theater. Like... I mean, theater...
Moment. Is it just Paimon, or is this stall kind of suspicious? Has never been here before, right?
I feel like I would have noticed it if it was.
No, I don't recognize it.
Alas, your free and easy adventure time is over. Now,
Who is that?
prepare to face the final boss of
I'm trying to recognize the
Nod-Krai.
voice, but I don't.
Whoa! Where'd that voice come from?
Not sure, but it's definitely hostile.
Is it though?
No, not that way. The final boss is right here.
I'm not sure if it actually is hostile.
The sniffer mole?
That's the final boss? Surely not. Also,
The voice is a little familiar. I don't know why, but I just had these Wanderer memes pop up in my head with like the voice actors selling your cars. It's reminding me of that.
Okay, the jig is up.
No, that's
I'll
not
stop
it.
teasing you. Turn around. I'm right behind you. It seems I've managed
And
to
guess
leave
what it
quite
is? It's
an indelible
Alice.
impression, even though you've never seen my face. Oh, nothing could make a great mage more pleased with herself.
I like that animation. They put effort in that, I would say.
What is going on?
I've heard that all the big shots in Teyvat have long, wordy titles that stun people speechless when they make their entrance.
I should have made a screenshot of the animation, but anyway.
Unfortunately, none of them are affiliated with the Hexenzirkel, and we ourselves keep a very low profile. The notorious name-dropping doesn't quite work for us. Still, I, for one, think I'm really quite amazing. So that didn't stop me from coming up with a title anyway.
Thinking about it, I mean... We have heard her before, her voice. Yeah, she even said that.
Alice in the flesh?
Oh, that's right. So,
But I
what
believe
do you
that's the
think?
first time you
How does it
actually
feel to
meet her.
finally meet me?
Or we meet her.
You look like...
You look just like me, Clay. You look so young.
Oh, that's the first thing you thought. A little surprising, but that actually makes me very happy. Because that means that when Klee grows up, she'll be just as stunningly beautiful as her mother.
So she's a friend of yours?
Sort of, if you think about it.
Kind of. This is actually the first time we've seen her in person.
I see. Madam Mage, that was, quite a powerful entrance. I certainly won't be
Llama
forgetting
feels
it
rather
anytime
awkward.
soon.
It's okay, Llama, don't force it. Paimon will do the honors. This is Alice from the Hexen Circle. She's a friend of ours. And of Arcus, too.
She's helped us a lot in the past. We haven't met her, but she has helped. I mean, if I recall correctly, there's been like 2 meetups with her, maybe? For some reason, I keep thinking she did something in Fontaine. I think she might have. And of course, I believe she was on a phone type of thing in some kind of event as well. But anyway, she's helped us a lot in the past.
Right. She's a good person, just kind of unpredictable.
Because she may
Well,
disappear
what is the
at
human
any
heart if
time.
not unpredictable. If we could not do as we please, how would we differ from machines?
I am Lauma, Moon Chanter of the Frost Moon Scions. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, I know. Before you got here, I spent a good, 15 minutes getting up to speed on Nod-Krai's present situation.
15 minutes isn't long.
In other words, I've read the whole in the last episode part, so we can skip the pleasantries.
Fair enough.
What's been writing
Miss
that up?
Alice, I can already
Just a
tell you
curious
have
question.
Quite a unique personality.
He'll get used to it. Paimon sure is. So anyway, what are you doing in
They're
Nod-Krai,
just
Alice?
wondering.
Oh, I thought I told you already. This time, I'm the final boss.
Oh, she was controlling that. Okay, yeah,
And what
makes
a
sense.
formidable foe I shall be. Powerful, confident, decisive, and good luck finding my weak spot. You will never succeed.
I'm going to send a formal request for Chain to put you in solitary.
Oh, drat. My one weakness, and you found it in an instant. Fate has been dealt a devastating blow.
I wonder how...
The
Or
great Dodo King.
I was about to say, I wonder how related she actually is to Clay's personality.
Why are you playing
It
along with
does
this
feel like there
nonsense?
is at least some common theme here, to be honest. So there's that at the very least.
For funsies, of course. What's wrong, Paimon? Are you disappointed in me? Am I a gigantic letdown?
I personally don't think so.
No, it's just... you seem like a busy lady. And this is the one time you've shown up in person. Paimon figured it would be for something more high stakes than just goofing around.
You're quite right. I'm here in Nod-Krai because something big happened. Something big enough it caught the attention of the
Also,
Hexen Circle.
so also, well, either Columbina or the spaceship. Probably both.
It concerns the 3 moons, Tevat's borders, and of course, the moon goddess you are currently searching
Probably
for.
both. I'll stay with that. Let's see. You know where Columbina is?
Kind of. Why don't we discuss this over a pot of tea? My main reason for coming on this trip to Tevat was, of course, to have some fun. But I do technically have a job to
surprising.
do as well. Namely, maintaining the stability of Tevat's borders.
Oh.
I'll skip over the complicated parts, but to sum it up, abyssal energies are all
hydration
beyond
reminder.
Tevat's border. We'd find ourselves in a real pickle if they ever made it through. And the phantoms you've been seeing are a sign that the border has been disturbed.
Now that's an interesting. I mean, they did say that it was that they usually happen right as the moon night thingy. Yeah, moon prayer night was happening.
Is it because the real moon is now so close to us that its power can cross the border?
In part, but only a negligible amount passes through. Just enough to influence the verdant crests and so on. And as you've noticed, there has been an unprecedented.
So there is a bit of a tie-in to at the very least the
cannot explain this.
The illusions.
There is another far greater factor at play. The trilunar syzygy.
I don't think we've had that here. In the meanwhile, thank you for the raid, Phil. Just not got a notification. Thank you very much. You're joining in into a bit of a Genshin Impact story gameplay. Or we'll just have a look at the story that the still technically current Genshin version offers. Right, but at the same time, let's see what these trilunar syzygy whatever is about.
Syzygy.
Eons ago, before the heavenly principles came to Devat, it was the then 3 moon goddesses who controlled the laws of this world.
So the 3 goddesses were more important, or quite significantly important, I would say. You're talking about life, death, and such, aren't you?
Oh, that's exactly it. The 3 goddesses split these powers amongst themselves, promising never to consolidate them into one singular body. This was meant to keep the world stable.
But that would be the moon mirrors, I would assume.
But, fast-forwarding to the present, the eternal moon's marrow is with you, while the iridescent moon's marrow, which should never have appeared in this world, has been retrieved. Add
okay, I thought it would be still, you know, probably fine, but they are getting close to be merged to one. Now that she's saying that.
The power of all 3 moons is gathered here in Nod-Krai. There hasn't been an event like this since the War of Funerary Flame, and it's having a noticeable effect on Tevat's borders.
And I guess she explains that's why we have so many illusions pop up now, including somehow the spaceship. Now I can play the Endless story. I had it open since 3 PM. You just had it open in the background, or what do you mean? Right, why are you so concerned about sad borders, if I might ask?
Because I wish to give my darling daughter a peaceful, sunny environment to grow up in. Is that a good enough reason?
Kinda sounds like you're
Probably, I would say.
But it does make sense.
In the meanwhile, Twitch chat, yes. Was that not causing problems with your stream?
Well, that's one reason anyway, and the most important one.
Or at least I would have assumed that this might be, or that would have negatively affected that at the very least. Right, in the meanwhile, let's have a quick look at the game again. Who's Miss R?
About that if you're curious. But right now,
if I recall correctly, the Hexen Circle always keeps calling each other letters, and only letters. So who knows who Miss R is? Columbina wants to use their power to return home.
I see. Nicole told me about that legend once.
Nicole? You mean meet Anne?
Oh, name drop.
Oh, so you remember.
We heard her voice in Fontaine. Oh. I was slightly incorrect on that.
Yes, of course.
I thought it was Alice helping us out in Fontaine, but I guess it was Nicole.
But back to the story of our dear moon goddess. I'm afraid her intended method of returning to the moon is unlikely to work anymore.
What does that mean?
Nicole from Sellers. Nah, I would doubt that.
She may be missing, but she hasn't gone
I doubt
anywhere.
they're related.
She has disappeared.
Although that would be funny. I do wonder if it would be kind of interesting to have something, like some kind of event at some point that would combine like all of the games. I don't know, I mean, technically that game that Hoyo announced a while back, maybe it would go into that direction, but it would be kind of funny if they merged the game, or at least merged universes and put like other characters in other games at some point. And in more of a capacity than just a random sparkle showing up in Impact 3rd. Because so far I don't think we really had any story relevance, I believe, with anyone else. Why? What had happened with the dumb sled? Where did she go off to?
So heavy. Wait, no. It's my mind that's heavy. My arms.
I guess we'll now see where she went.
What's happening to me? I feel drowsy.
And hopefully we'll find out some more info about her. Alice did just say that the plan will no longer work. So that would be concerning.
I think I'll go for a walk.
Or at least that confirms that she did, at the very least, try and leave the place by herself.
Are you
Question is, of course, where is she? Oh, this is a cutscene. She seems to be turning into an illusion by herself, but I mean, that would be. She did say that this day would come at some point, but obviously this isn't what she had in mind.
I'm so weak that I can't even sustain my physical form. But Moon Prayer Night is nearly here. I was so close to returning home.
I wonder if we can get her back somehow. I wouldn't be surprised if we can.
Death is near. Is this how it ends for me?
But of course this would have to mean that we'll need to find her fast, presumably.
Or... I don't want it to end like this.
Because if I can recall correctly, we can give her some life back with the memory the traveler has inside.
So far, at least, I still exist. Even if not physically.
So we would have to at least try and find her pretty quickly.
But as my power wanes, I'm sure that too will fade.
But the question is, can we get into there in time? I think she's right outside her usual place. Might be wrong, but I think she is. This may be his last chance to visit the First Moon Enclave. Don't let it slip away.
Wait for me!
Oh, her loss thingy.
The Frost Moon Enclave. How much it has changed since I was born.
These decorations, they're so heavy.
Actually, thinking about it, I mean, interestingly enough, this means that I guess they can't actually tell that she's around anymore.
Kinda wish
Which explains why we didn't see her.
Acolytes.
How fascinating. I've never had the chance to be privy to people's private lives in this way. In the past, people would get so solemn and serious the moment I showed my face. Like they were frozen stiff.
Karina, Lametti, it's time to eat. Coming.
It is a nice opportunity for Columbina, though. I gotta say that.
I want to watch them a little longer.
Oh yeah, she's just floating around at this point. I don't know if that's how she walks generally as well. They stroll through the Frost Moon Enclave. Oh, no, that's not an icon. The icon is here!
So just fill these balloons with air, right?
Yep. Try a couple now to test things out. The rest can wait till moon.
And she watches along as everyone basically prepares for the night.
Think fast.
Oh. Are these water balloons? Or what? They did say fill them with air.
Accusing an acolyte of the Frost Moon Scions? Surely that's a punishable offense.
No, not really anymore. Not in this way, at least.
All right, enough horsing around. Lady Lauma gave us a task. We should get back to it.
The task is just to check that the balloons don't leak, right? Doesn't matter if we fill them with air or water. Yeah.
Okay, that explains the water thing. But don't they break?
Okay, you got me there. And you got me there. But still, we can't use all the balloons before the festival
I was about to
even
say,
starts.
I mean, sure, you can check if they don't leak, but doesn't
won't
really
use
matter if
all of
you
them,
literally make it
and as long
explode
as Lady
onto
Lauma's
someone
trusted
else.
acolyte doesn't snitch, this can stay as a little secret between friends. A couple more can't do any harm, right?
Oh, you menace. Then, think fast!
Well, they're going to have some fun.
Is pumping a balloon full of water really so much fun?
I would say so. Right, they're having a fun of that. Where is the second one? There they are.
I'm sure you're both tired from playing all day. Come on, eat up.
A plain, humble meal. That has always been the way of the Frost Moon Scions.
Huh? How come Lametti got a midsummer berry dessert? Oh, I always get Lockaberry.
I would assume that it's just like random chance, but of course could also be it.
I don't mind sharing. You can have a bite of mine if I get to have a bite of yours.
They're sharing food? I've never shared food with anyone before. Even at the Harbinger Tea Party.
I do feel like this is gonna be a
just ate off
good
their own plate.
moment for her to, like, I don't know, get some or like a bit of a shift in personality,
When I couldn't
maybe?
finish my food offerings from the Frost Moon Scions, they'd leave the leftovers out under the moonlight for the animals to claim.
Hey! That was 2 bites! Oh, then you can have another bite of mine.
Although they are arguing a little. I mean, it's childhood pickering.
Oh, you too. Oh, don't fret now. Here, have
It,
some of
it does
Granny's
feel like
too.
this might be a good opportunity for her to like get some, you know,
So this is what it
experience
means
of
to be
outside.
family. I'm seeing so much that I'd never usually get to see. They'd never act like this when I was around.
I guess that's the awkward benefit now.
It's nice being able to just watch people in peace in these final moments.
But certainly we
What a
still
rare
gotta
opportunity.
figure out what to do.
I think I'll go take a look around Nasha Town too. Maybe the Traveler will be there.
Like, we gotta figure out, like, this can't be the end of her, you know? What would actually happen to Nod-Krai if she does disappear? I am not confident on
After
that.
the War of Funerary Flame, the Moon Goddesses were no longer recognized by Tevat. They lost the whole foundation for their existence.
I guess that's why they disappeared?
That's why the Moon Goddess's strength is fading. She cannot withstand the world's rejection of her.
It's just like what Columbina said, the world itself is rejecting her.
To be more pedantic about it, the Moon Goddesses did something to offend the heavenly principles, and that's why they were ousted. Something of a recurring theme in Tevat's history.
That is true.
Theoretically, speaking so candidly should put me in their crosshairs too, but they can't tell me what to do. I'll say whatever I want.
Unless they start throwing random stuff at you, then that would be not ideal.
Anywho, the Moon Marrow energies were but a drop in the bucket for her, and that battle against the Ray Hair of Solnari only weakened her further. Fortunately, it happened close enough to Moon Prayer Night when the Kuvaki concentration here is high. That's the only reason she managed to survive this long.
Oh, and I guess now things are taking revenge on her?
What do you mean, fortunately? You said she disappeared. We're too late.
Well, I'm not sure if she disappeared entirely.
Oh, what a headache. I thought this was all common knowledge. I guess I have some more explaining to do. Okay, buckle up. It's time for another lecture.
Wait, but what it's also time for is another ad break. Make sure to not go anywhere. We'll continue on with a bunch more of Genshin story after this quick 3-minute break, so make sure to not go anywhere. I'll wait for you until then. So, I'll see you in 3 minutes time. Well, welcome back to the first Genshin stream of the Luna Free story version. I did say I will be waiting on you before I continue on, and I will. Would you look at that? I did. Anyway, we'll be continuing on with the story now.
Now, I said earlier that the moon goddesses lost the foundation for their existence.
Yep.
The reason for that has to do with the natural order. Basically, the rationale for their existence in Teyvat was lost. The same logic applies to the present moon goddess too. Consider her existence so far. Her comrades in the Fatui called her Damselette.
And that's basically why she's no longer... she's here or something?
And she was worshipped as Kutar by the Frost Moon Scions. But these connections have now been severed, whether by her hand or yours.
Okay, so...
So, the rationale that once sustained her existence is now gone.
And that's why it's been getting so bad about her, maybe?
Wait, we did that to her?
Oh, well, strictly speaking, yes. But let's not start pointing fingers, shall we? I'll only end up as the big bad villain, and that's not the kind of final boss I want to be.
If you're making light of this, hopefully that means you have a plan.
Of course I do. I'm only the greatest mage in the whole entire world. Now, if you wish to find your moon goddess, there are two problems we need to solve.
Which are, I mean, trying to find a person that has basically disappeared into just a shadow, so to speak,
Firstly,
I would
we'll
assume.
need to strengthen the connection between her and Teyvat. At least enough to sustain her until Moon Prayer Night.
Strengthen her connection. But does that mean I'll have to rally all the Frost Moon faithful behind this?
Presumably...
I'm afraid a bygone faith and a former home won't be of any help to her
Okay,
now.
never mind. I was gonna say
Do you
probably,
know her name?
but never mind.
Her name?
Oh, yes. Names are very important things. A name is a fundamental concept that anchors one's entire existence.
I asked her once, but she said she didn't know. The only name we know is like something like Columbina, I guess. I believe that was also a thing of, well, just call me whatever you want.
Then your first job is to find it. As a moon goddess, I'm sure she must have a name she identifies with. Neither Columbina nor Kutar is her true name, and she's never really accepted either of them.
So, finding out her real name is enough to sustain her existence?
I think it's a case of, well, if you do that, you are thinking of her, right?
Yes, I know it sounds like a small step, but every journey begins that way. So for now, that's all we need to focus on. The second problem is with her plan to use the moon marrows to return to the moon. Unfortunately, piercing through the false sky will take an enormous amount of power.
But shouldn't the Maris have enough of that power? I mean, at least felt like it, you know? I might be wrong, but it did feel like it.
Given her current condition, she won't be able to provide anywhere near enough power, even if she recovers her physical form.
Okay. So presumably even with the mirrors, it just straight up would not be an option.
But no need to fret. Nicole's the expert in this field, and I'm sure she'll figure something out.
Hopefully.
Wait, Mage N is going to help us out too?
Hopefully.
That means we've got 2 Hexen Circle mages on the case. This is turning into a pretty
How many
big
are
deal.
even on the Hexen Circle?
Actually, this is more of a side quest for me. Like you said, I'm a busy lady, so I can't stay for too long. I'll have to return to Teyvat's border soon.
Thanks for telling us all of this.
That's the upside you get for looking out for my little Klee. Hopefully that will incentivize you to carry on keeping her company in the future.
As long as she doesn't bomb the entirety of Teyvat, hopefully.
Anyway, Jokes aside,
Hopefully.
better get moving.
I don't
It
know.
will take quite a miracle
Wish
for
you
the
could see
moon
me right now,
goddess's
but I don't have a
consciousness
webcam.
to
Well,
hold
I
out
do, but I
till moon
don't want to
prayer
put it on
night.
the stream. Right. So we still need to figure out how to
before I leave.
somehow bring her back to full power.
Off you go now. Time to meet your new friend. Oh, yes. And a little suggestion. Don't forget to mind your heads.
What is that supposed to mean?
What?
Or does she have like an enormous hat or something?
I wonder how Durin's doing. I should really go see him before I head back.
Although maybe,
You really
if
are
you think about it,
super busy.
maybe.
I most certainly am. There's so many children I have to keep tabs on just in Mondstadt. Durin, Albedo, Venti, Varka.
There were some unexpected names in there.
Clay didn't make the list, huh?
Well, I guess we already...
Of course not. Klee is my pride and joy. I have no qualms about her, because she's the best child in the whole wide world.
Yep. Clee's a little angel.
Yeah, I don't think I would buy that. Anyway.
Glad you agree. Well, all the best. See you when I see you.
She left in a hurry.
Yeah. She didn't pack up her stall. Should we handle it for her?
I doubt that's... Oh, she's talking about the stall in the middle of the path between Ramkake and the town. I doubt that's necessary. A mage of her abilities doesn't need our
I
help.
must say, I'm now very curious about her daughter. Klee, wasn't it? What's she like?
Quite explosive.
A long story.
I gotta be honest, she's quite
We'll tell you as we
explosive.
go.
Right, time to meet Nicole, I think. That's what it sounded like, at least. But before then, we are going to be switching back to the dumb sled. Or to Kolbina.
What a lively place.
Who has now also visited Nasha Town. The question will be though, is she going to be seeing us?
Hey, you old
Or
geezer!
not really?
Your hammer's rusted through. Who are you calling old geezer?
Are they quarreling?
I think so.
I'm looking right at him. You've really gone downhill since giving your daughter free reign in the workshop. Can you even swing a hammer anymore? It shouldn't take you days just to fix a single chair.
Although I feel like this guy is complaining
You
about
might as
things
well
that
use that hammer
shouldn't
to
be worth
massage
complaining
my
about.
back for all the good it's doing. Don't run your mouth, or you'll get a back massage that'll put you in bed for the rest of your life. Look, the materials haven't arrived yet, all right? You know how busy it gets in the day.
Yeah, would you look at that? Complaining about something that doesn't well, okay, I guess if you're waiting on something that would explain, that would make it worth complaining, but still.
I'll bet you send all the materials to your little princess. Blood's always thicker than water, huh?
All right, you've made your point, Uncle Koski. As soon as the materials arrive, fixing your chair will be the #1 priority. And Dad, if you've got time to chat, why don't you lend me a hand,
See? Lolka knows what the score is.
I still think it's a good thing for Columbina. I like the name Columbina a lot more. It's a lot more personal, I feel like. But anyway, I do feel like it's probably a good thing for her to, you know, be able to look at the various people.
Then again, it wouldn't be the first time I've seen something like this.
Columbina! Sing outside my door in the middle of the night one more time, and I'll unscrew your vocal cords. You hear me?
Good luck by doing that, because she's not a robot. I think.
Ventrone. So that was her way of trying to be friends with me. What a pity. I won't get the chance to say any ugly things in reply.
We still gotta figure out how to deal with that. There's gotta be a way. Okay, yeah, we are stuck. Continue strolling through Nasha Town. Here we go.
Hey, have you decided what to give her for Moon Prayer Night?
Give who?
I sure have. She's gonna get the surprise of her life when she's least expecting it. Then I'll whip out the ring and pop the question.
Oh, girlfriend. I would assume.
The surprise of her life. What a fun turn of phrase.
Cool, I get the picture. You can spare me the gushy details. Ooh, looks like we have a customer.
Oh?
Hello there, ma'am. Would you like some Moon Prayer Night candy?
It's gotta be someone else.
Huh?
Yeah, there's someone staying in the... Is that Yoda?
Is he talking to me?
Is that
Can he see me?
Oh?
Here you go.
Oh.
No, it's not Yehoda, but it's a child. No, never mind.
Come back anytime. Right. Now, where were
Not child-sized. That's for sure.
I don't know why, but I still held out hope.
The most important thing right now is to find
And
that
there
mage.
we go. She did end up meeting with us, Ida, which is unaware of it.
I'd better go pay the Fatui a visit.
And we ended up noticing nothing. Not even a traveler. I would have at least hoped for some kind of reaction. You know,
Columbina?
oh. Never mind. Okay, that is surprising.
Traveler?
Like, I was trying to say, you know, at least give him a little... A little, like... oh, I can still recognize her or something. And I guess the traveler still kind of can. But can't place it, basically. Maybe it's not so bad just quietly staying by their side like this. But now she's just staying alongside with us now, basically. Right, where do we need to go? We need to go back to the First Moon Enclave. Talk to Nicole. Let's see what that'll give us. Or who we are, like how she looks like, because I have no idea. Right. Here, there she's supposed to be, I guess, at a spot with the deer? No, not quite. Not quite at all. But there we go.
Where are they going? They mentioned a mage.
Iteration reminder.
A name?
So, Mr. Varka, are you acquainted with this Nicole? Or should I call her Mage N?
I'm not,
really.
that's for sure.
We've never met, though she has come up in
I
conversation.
don't think anyone... But I do wonder if we are going to be seeing her immediately.
From what I've gathered, Alice kind of took Nicole under her wing. Taught her how to speak in a more ladylike fashion. That kind of thing.
Huh. Hard to imagine Alice as an etiquette coach.
True, considering Klee keeps blowing up things.
Yeah. Alice is a larger-than-life personality, I'll give you that. But then again, that's why she's able to draw such an eclectic mix of people into her inner circle. If I remember correctly, being an interesting person is actually one of her main entry requirements. So, if you ever wanted to join the Hexenzirkel, I'm sure you'd both be eligible to apply.
Time to do that, I guess. Anyway, let's see. Who is Nicole going to be? And then watch Nicole Sinners actually pop up. Would be funny.
Paint a picture
Sorry.
of the Hexenzirkel for you.
Okay, sure. Anyway, since none of us have ever met Nicole, how are we supposed to find her? We can't just go up to every woman in sight and ask, "Hey, are you Nicole?"
Well, I think someone is about to meet up with us.
Maybe something she's wearing will give it away? Like a wind bloom pinned to her chest or something.
Wait a minute. Alice never said Nicole was from Mondstadt.
Oh, true.
What about a tea set? I recall that each mage has their own cup. She's already here somewhere. We just saw her. Or at least what I think
That
would be her.
This young lady, then?
Probably.
Hey there. Sorry to disturb you, but are you Miss Nicole?
We end up trying it regardless.
Varka, Knight of Boreas of the Knights of Favonius. Alice might have mentioned me before.
Mm-mm.
No, not Nicole.
Have we got the wrong person? Sorry.
Oh yeah, she was following us along. Right.
Well, this is awkward.
Makes sense. I was just asking, like, wait, hang on, where did she come from?
When I shook my head, I meant, no, Alice hasn't mentioned you before.
Huh? Where is this voice coming from?
Yeah, that's a good
My
question.
Apologies. For certain reasons, I am unable to speak. This is the only way I can communicate with you. It might take some getting used to, but I hope you can understand.
Hey, it's fine. I'm more shocked by the fact that Alice never speaks about me.
Someone's ego just took a hit, a massive one.
As for you two, we have crossed paths twice before, but it is nonetheless a pleasure to finally
Oh, that
meet
makes
you.
me wonder how exactly that works. I mean, I guess it's telepathy, sort of.
It's really you. Thanks for all your guidance in the past.
You're quite welcome. This time, things are different. We have reached the unwritten pages of the story. You might say that we stand at the crossroads of fate. Now then, allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is...
Nicole, the unappreciated master sculptor, the immortal literary giant, if only they'd write, and the silent angel, yet also the orator, the instantly utter a word, etc., etc. In summary, to remain silent is to be the observer of the world.
No, stop! Alice! I can't believe it! I had a whole speech prepared. I'd agonized over every single word. She always picks the worst moments to ruin other people's plans.
It's kind of funny how they're like having a little bit of a fourth-wall break, I guess.
I'm so sorry
Not
about
quite,
that.
but
Alice took the liberty of devising some bespoke self-introduction magic for each member of the Hexenzirkel.
she clearly doesn't like
I
that.
could've sworn I deleted all of the triggering conditions for it. How did it bypass everything? Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing.
This is a very different side of Nicole than what we're used to. Is she not used to face-to-face interactions?
I guess not.
Don't worry about it. We've seen that introduction magic once already, so it wasn't too much of a shock.
Please go on, Miss Nicole. We'd
Although,
love to hear what
to
you
be
have
fair, it sounded to
say,
me like more of a thing of that
Well,
Nicole doesn't like what it actually says.
Huh? Are they talking to this lady? But...
Will you all promise
Oh,
to forget that horrendously
Columbino
embarrassing
can't hear
introduction?
it.
Sorry? Embarrassing? When?
I don't know if that sentence from Walker makes it better or not. among those words that I hopped out just now, I saw angel.
Yes. My name is Nicole, and I am one of a very few angels who have retained both their preferred form and their power. The Traveler and Paimon should be no strangers to this concept. There is another of our kind in Natlan. They call her the Lord of the Night.
And everything is starting to get into a circle of sorts.
Right! Paimon remembers her.
But we've never seen her in person.
Yes. Well, I have retained more of my power than she. It's because I don't have a long-term duty
Colombina
to
just
fulfill.
wanders around because
To
she
be more
can't. She doesn't
specific.
know what's going on.
No. We'll be here all day if I get into the specifics. Moving on. If I'm not mistaken, you are here because you wish to learn how one might reach the moon beyond the sky.
That's right. Is that something you can give us any guidance on?
It feels like this would be important info for Colombina, but she just can't. I don't think she hears anything of that because of the whole
I do know a way.
speaking
It began with
telepathy
the
thing.
Hyperboreans, who lived after the War of Funerary Flame. Blank looks. Maybe I should start with the background of the war.
Yes,
maybe
please.
not. It shouldn't be an issue. I'll fill in the gaps for you when we have more time. Anyway, after that war
Colombina's just
ended,
doing random
the
things
3 moons
at this
retreated
point.
to beyond the false sky. The Hyperboreans were humans I once aided. They accepted the civilization and creations bestowed upon them by the angels. But despite accepting many blessings of the angels, many among them still held on to their faith in the moons. They were reluctant to accept the new order.
So we had. So the first moon signs were all following the moon goddesses, and we have the Hyperboreans who were following the angels.
Even after the war
From
of
my
Funerary
understanding.
Flame, they sought to contact the moon goddesses beyond the
At
sky.
least Colombina is
and
having
receive
some
their
fun.
guidance.
Some fun alongside.
But all 3 had passed away by that point.
This mage has a unique method of communicating. Is she talking about the moons?
Oh, can she hear something after all?
Yes, but they did not know. And so, still they prayed
Or
for
maybe
the
she
moon
can't and
goddess's
she's
mercy.
She might just be doing some guesswork based on the reactions from Llama and
After
so on.
building titanic structures that consumed vast amounts of Kuvaki, at last they glimpsed the moons and heard their voices. But of course, they were gravely disappointed. For it was then that they realized
No, they
the
were
3
still
moon goddesses
they were
were
still
dead.
following the moon goddesses then. Oh, so they were. I guess they were following angels, or like technically taking on things from the angels, but they were believing in the moon goddesses, and then were surprised that they were already gone.
That's such a sad story.
That's a
It
TLDR,
is.
I believe.
Humanity was in a very sorry state at that time. The angels who had once aided them were gone, and the war of funerary flames had left them homeless and destitute.
Just a second, I gotta ask. How relevant is all this history to the task at hand?
Well,
We're about to
I
see.
mean, it's... Okay.
Okay, maybe
It
not.
seems we've drifted into irrelevant narrative waters. It's been a while since I've had the chance to speak inside someone's head. As soon as I got started, I lost control, and the words just flowed out like a waterfall.
Imagine being able to do that, though.
What I'm trying to say is... Right, yes, that's it. The relevant
You could
part
certainly spook a person
is
with
the
that.
ritual created by the Hyperboreans. The fact that they bypassed the false sky and saw the true moons implies that they successfully built a connection between Tevat and the outside world.
So we need to redo what
Which
they
means,
did?
With enough Kuvaki and a sufficiently stable connection, it should be feasible to send one person over the border.
Okay, so They built some kind of portal?
Oh. Yes.
Is
A
that
portal.
also maybe where the
Yes.
spaceship disappeared off then?
Is something wrong? You sound disappointed.
Who knows?
I just didn't expect you to summarize it so well.
Although technically
It
a
turns out
spaceship
I could have
also
said all that in
feels
one word.
powerful
Only I'd
enough
managed
to
to
be
think
able
of
to
it.
break the big sky by itself.
No, please, it's fine. This is invaluable knowledge. I'll be sure to record and preserve everything in writing.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, I suppose I could backtrack and add some more detail.
Maybe
I did
don't.
gloss over a few things so far.
Sorry.
Whoa, 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 time out. Let's summarize what we've got
I was about to
first.
say, you could probably chop down a ton of lore back like in one
The
go.
Hyperboreans were the last ones to use this method, right? So we somehow need to find whatever structure they built and make sure there's enough Kuvaki to power it up.
I would not be surprised if it's near our spaceship.
Luckily, we
To
have
be
the
honest.
moon marrow of both the eternal and iridescent moons, so we're all good for Kuvaki. Which means the key issue we need to focus on is finding the place. Am I right so far?
I think so.
Yes. Although, I expect the structure is long gone by now.
Same thing with the spaceship.
That said, what if we could take advantage of the phantoms to travel back to a time when it still existed?
Oh, we're getting more into the time travel.
Travel back isn't
Or
quite
like
accurate. It's more
multidimensional
like we'd be creating a
aspect
handshake
of
between
things.
2 points in space-time. We wouldn't even have to pick a time when it still existed. It could just be a time when it still appeared in phantom form via projection, or we could project our own phantoms, fold them together, and...
Yeah, I think you're probably losing everyone at this
You look
point.
lost. Was that too hard to follow?
Yeah, things got a little, technical there. Paimon's brain is reaching capacity.
Well, basically, from my understanding, it was a case of, well, we could just try various things, you know?
Alright, let me think about how to put this more simply. Okay, got it. Over the next few days, I'll search for phantoms that we can use. Once I find one that meets the criteria, I'll let you know and we'll regroup.
Alright, basically, we are going to be trying to figure out what the best way, or somehow trying to figure out what the best course of action with using these thingies are.
By completing certain rituals, specific individuals will be able to enter the phantom and make it to
Oh.
the Hyperborean structure.
That is surprising, even.
If everything checks out and it looks feasible, we'll just need to wait for Moon Prayer Night, and we can send the Moon Goddess back home. I'm really skimping on the detail here. Is this making any sense at all?
I think so. Yeah,
For now,
quite
we'll just wait to
actually.
hear from you.
Yes. Basically, yes.
Great. Counting on you. In the meantime, we'll focus on finding the moon goddess's name.
My name? Are they looking for a
She
way
got
to
what we
stop
were
me from
trying to do.
disappearing?
Luckily, at the very least.
Excuse me, Miss...
Go on, Miss Nicole.
I think she was trying to get your name.
This conversation was a little all over the place. I didn't catch your name.
Yeah, there you go.
I am Lauma, of the Frost Moon Scions.
I wonder if Columbina's
I
now
did
going to be
wonder.
sticking around
I
with...
noticed that you listened very
with them.
intently when I spoke about Hyperborea and the moon's history. If you'd be interested, I'd love to visit you this evening and go through it again in greater detail. Also, if you were serious about making a record, it would be too risky to simply write down the raw details as is. I would suggest some tweaks. Maybe rewrite the stories as fairy tales or fables, perhaps even prayers. Anyway, we can
Interesting
cross that bridge when
idea.
we come to it. So,
Basically,
see you later, then?
try to write in
Oh,
a
and no need
few
to prepare anything.
lies, I
Just a cup
guess,
of tea
to make
will
it,
do.
or a bit of lies, a bit of vagueness, just to basically, I guess, figure out a acceptable solution or something. Or acceptable way where nobody's surprised.
She seems friendly. It's just...
It's so nice to find someone who's actually willing to listen. I've been dying for a chance to finally go through all this systematically from start to finish. Any longer and I'd probably start forgetting it.
Awkward timing on that one, Hoyo. Anyway.
Come on, gets why Alice told us to mind our heads.
What did I tell you? A lot of quirky people in Alice's orbit.
Oh, I guess because she could have listened in on what you think in your head. Is that what I
the
understand?
next order of business is, where do we start looking for the moon goddess's name?
Maybe the rest of what Nicole has to say might give us some clues.
Once I've heard her out, I'll summarize the salient points and share them with you all.
Imagine if they had to, like, listen to her for like 3 hours.
I'm also inclined to review our other documents. Yes, our faith was first established by our Hyperborean ancestors, but many of the more factually accurate records are from after Kutar's birth.
I have a hunch that if Fatui might know something too.
Sounds like we're gonna follow Columbina's journey through Duvat, huh? In that case, we'll start by heading to the Frost Moon
And to be fair, maybe this helps Columbina as well.
Sounds like a plan. Take this with you. I'll see about getting in touch with the Fatui. It'll probably just be Arlecchino and Sandroni again. They're the only ones who would want to help.
But at the same time, they were the only ones who were really getting into contact with Columbina, I think.
Thank you, Mr. Varka.
So that would at least be somewhat relevant.
Don't mention it. Honestly,
or rather, they would probably be the only ones that could really be relevant.
Childhood. Catch you later.
I think.
I should follow them, just in case there's some way that I can help.
I would hope so. Also, I think it's rather sweet for Columbina to stay with the Traveler and so on. I do not want to touch you. Right. We need to go to the other side of the island. Right in the middle of the base of the Frost Moon Science. And now it's time to search for information. Let's say...
A while ago, I took the time to organize all documents in our possession that pertain to Kutar. What you see here is the material I consider reliable.
How do you define reliable?
You're saying there's unreliable material too?
That is exactly what I was trying to ask about.
Most of the information we have was transmitted through an oral tradition. Inevitably, some of her stories were mythologized
Oh,
and
I see,
deified
okay.
over the years through countless retellings. That's why I organized them into reliable and unreliable.
Yeah, so basically if you're if you're playing Messenger all the time, at some point there's gonna be a generation loss, right?
There's no sense seeking answers in history unless we can ensure the veracity of the historical record.
Makes sense.
This person A will forget some things that happened or change up some words unintentionally. Person B will pick it up differently, and so on and so forth. Clear and concise would be one way to describe the writing style of these historical records, but you could just as easily describe them as terse and dry. And since Llama already knows the material like the back of her hand, the quest to find any new information in these texts is tough going.
Almost all these records refer to Kutar instead of Columbina. Although neither of those is her real name. Paimon's not sure what point she's trying to make.
I mean, it makes sense considering that Kutar is, I believe. I mean, that's what Llama also says all the time. I would assume that Kutar is basically the name she's... Is it? the name she's worshipped as at the Frost Moon Science? I don't think so, right?
What we can
The
gather
official
from
name
these
is the
records
Moon
is
Goddess.
that the Frost Moon Scions worshipped her as a god, placing impossible expectations upon her.
And we already know that this is why she left.
I cannot fault them for their earnest faith, but for all their devotion, worshipping her day in, day out changed nothing. I imagine that none of it resonated with Columbina.
I do hope that this allows her to, like, you know, also reflect on things.
It wouldn't surprise me if, even back then, she had already begun to reject the name Kutar.
In the meanwhile, Twitch
And
chat!
everything it represented.
Cutie Nova, yo, what's up? There's a lot of things going up right now. Hope you're having a great day so far. Right. She had even already begun to reject the name Kutar and everything it represented.
Speaks the truth. When
And
I heard
Columbina
them call upon
agrees.
Kutar with hope and expectation in
Maybe
their
even
voices,
unsurprisingly.
they may as well have been calling upon somebody else.
I wonder how awkward it's going to be for Traveler Llama and everyone when once they figure out that Columbina was always listening along. When you were organizing these texts, what criteria did you use?
Well, that's a bit complicated. I looked at the level of detail, perceived authenticity, prose style, and how realistic their portrayal of Kutar seemed to be.
Which is a difficult
Amongst
measurement,
the Frost Moon
to
Scions
say the
of today,
least.
only I
There's
know
gonna
of
be
her
some margin of
existence,
error
and
in
I
there.
alone have spoken to her face to face. As such, I know that there are certain things she simply would never do.
I see, and that would be the stuff that gets sorted out.
That being said, I have sensed some changes in her lately.
Changes? Me?
I wouldn't be surprised if she changes after this, simply because of the fact that she had the opportunity to look into the minds of others, so to speak.
Seems like this is getting us nowhere. For what it's worth, why don't we check the unreliable sources too?
Oh, that's probably not a bad idea. Depending on the amount of time there is.
Sure. Give me a moment.
If it's like 1,000,000 books, then maybe don't. But I mean, the amount on the table is readable. I would consider it readable at least.
Fraction of her divine might, Kutar sheared a great mass from the snow-capped mountain and cast it into the sea, upon whose surface shone the mirror image of the moon. Thus was formed the island of Hisi.
Probably a bit over the top. Oh, the Columbina likes that.
Yeah, right. That doesn't even begin to pass the sniff test.
Keep reading along, because why
The
not?
3 moons are not but lies through and through. Only one
She's
moon
having
has ever
she
shown
appears to
her
be
eyes,
having a nice
and
time at
Kutar
least.
is her name.
And once again, only Kutar as the name mentioned as the name. The subjectivity is strong in this one. We've heard something like this before in Natlan.
The vast majority of ancient texts are filled with fanciful tales like these. I trust you understand my criteria a little better now.
Which makes sense if you consider the point the books have gone through, I don't know, 20, 50, 100 generations?
Kutar did not speak, merely gazing
Probably
into
not
the
a
distance in
100
silence.
if you
And
think
where
about
her
it, but
gaze
still.
landed, this was her prophecy. Clearly, whoever wrote this text never even met Kutar. Otherwise, they'd know that her eyes are always closed.
So basically a fairy tale. Seems like a collection of anecdotes.
Come on, let Paimon see. The child wished to build a wooden nest with which to shield a fledgling bird from the cold. But being so young and lacking in strength, the child could not snap the branches from the trees. Kutar was passing by. Upon seeing the child, she summoned forth a Kuhenki, who built a beautiful nest for the child.
I feel like... I was about to say, I feel like that could fit into her personality. Which, funnily enough, considering the... Yeah, there you go. There's the confirmation.
Not knowing the meaning of Kutar's divine
Unfortunately,
intervention, the child
the
didn't
Traveler,
have to
Llama, and
respond,
Paimon
and thus
don't know
went
that
home
because
to
they
call their
can't
parents.
hear
The Kutar was
Columbina.
gone.
Which is getting a tiny bit annoying for, you know, me as the person who knows that. Or, you know, as a player who knows that, because the game tells you that.
The Moon Chanter declared the event a miracle and took the nest as a
Because
relic,
there you go,
placing it
everyone
on high
else
for
just
all to
sees
see.
nothing.
The child was named as one favored by the goddess and was greatly respected amongst the people. Yet, no further miracles were bestowed, and this matter was forgotten in but a few years.
Oops, sorry. And that's the thing, like the casual things don't really survive because they are boring if you think about it, right? But like the stuff that goes over the top, I mean, they become fairy tales and so on. And they tend to stay around longer.
Any thoughts after reading that?
If it's true, it gives off a somewhat lonesome feeling.
Yeah. Columbina probably just wanted to join the kid in making nests.
Ah. I'd originally considered this a fabrication, because Kutar did not perform any similar actions in subsequent records.
But funnily enough, it isn't.
But now that I think about it, it does seem like something Columbina would do. It's just that...
She didn't know how other people would interpret her actions. She was probably worried about making things difficult for people. And so, she gradually stopped joining in.
That's probably why the whole thing of her just basically not... like her being able to join in into, like, see what other people are doing in her current state is probably good for her. Unironically, at least for her personality. But of course only if we find out a way to bring her back somehow.
Yes.
Which is a big question mark.
Oh, that's so sad. And now, I can make no such gestures of warmth, even if I want to.
Well, hopefully we'll find a way to change that.
Still no name. That's a bit of a shame.
Return to Nocturne and contact Varka.
That's gotta count for something. Varka said he was gonna set up a meeting with Arlecchino and Sandrone, right? Let's go back to Nasha Town and see how he's doing.
Let's have a look at that, because that'll be the big question mark. Where are you? Heisu, for some reason. Whatever he's doing there. Right. Let's see if there's anything to be had there. Maybe there will be something that they can tell us. Where do we need to go? There it is. Right beneath the bar, I think. I think that was the entrance. And there we go.
There's Varka.
Columbina, of course, also stays around. Vagabond coincidences, we meet again.
Yeah, this is pretty much the same place we bumped into each other last time.
I convinced
I
them to
believe this
stick
path
around a
down
little
there is to
longer.
the bar.
We were all waiting on people, so I figured having a little company would help pass the time.
Ah, so you've been
At least
waiting
I'm
for
pretty
us?
sure that's where we
Does
are
this
at
mean
right
that
now.
You've already arranged things with the Fatui.
Sure does. Now you're
Thinking
back,
about it,
we
the
can go
bar
meet up
is
with
a
them together.
great meeting spot.
How'd your investigation of the Frost Moon Enclave go?
Well, we didn't find out Columbina's true name.
In the meanwhile, hydration reminder.
Pretty well.
Right. We learned some stories from her early days.
Aha, just as well that I didn't tag along then. I'm sure our moon goddess wouldn't want every man and his dog knowing all about her private life. Still, desperate times, desperate measures, I guess. Someone had to do it.
I mean, to be fair, we were reading awful about in books and stuff. So is it really private life?
What about you two?
I don't
Are
know.
you waiting for Alice?
Oh, no. We already met with her.
Oh!
We discussed that experiment I mentioned to you last time. Oh, and she also handed me this communication device.
This looks familiar. I'm sure I saw one of these back on the Golden Apple Archipelago.
That's right. I understand she informed you about the relationship between the phantom phenomena and Tevat's borders, yes? She wants me to
I'm
help
getting
her
the
with some
vibe
more
that they
experiments on
have
that front.
similar themes. Both Clay and Alice. Unsurprisingly.
She said that she'll contact me through this device with more information.
Ah, I see. Following instructions and making observations. Pretty common research method. Takes me right back to Albedo's lab.
Wait, then who exactly are you meeting?
That's a good question, but we do still have to fight Tui.
Someone you know. Albedo's met him too. But I don't think Miss Lauma or the Grand Master have been
Or
introduced.
not?
Introductions are overrated, especially in cases like this.
Well, guess who's joining in?
It's you!
So, it's not like the academia has
And as you
prohibitions
might be
against
able to
going
tell, I
abroad.
still haven't named him,
Also,
so that's why
applied
he's
for
still
leave.
labeled Wanderer. And I kind of don't want to, which means, you know, I still have the interlude number 3 open, annoyingly. Anyway.
I've been writing to Hat Guy since obtaining a human form. I've already brought him up to speed on everything that's been going on in Nod-Krai.
I forgot, was he involved in this summer event? I'm not quite sure on that front.
Hat guy.
Okay, they weren't introduced to that nickname yet. Funnily enough.
Turns out,
I-
I actually have heard that name before.
Although I think he might have been.
Oh?
Right?
Then
That's where the hat
why
guy
did he react
thing
the
came
same
from,
way I did?
right? Although I might just be confusing things, to be honest.
I only knew the name, not the fella. But since we're all here, let's do some introductions for what it's worth. I'm Varka, Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Lauma, Moon Chanter of the Frost Moon Scions.
Of course, everyone introduces
Image
themselves.
from the Vahumana Darshan of the Sumero Academia. Hat guy. Good to see you again,
He
Mr.
doesn't
Guy.
love the nickname.
I believe we
As you
last
might
saw
be
each
able
other
to
on the boat
tell.
right here.
So they came to Nod-Krai together.
Mind you,
Both Wanderer and
the only
Albedo.
reason I came here
Notably.
is because there's someone I want to look into.
Right? Both. Well, sort of. I guess they weren't trying to come along together. They just randomly met up at the boat ride. That's the vibe that the message gives me.
The Doctor, also known as Dottore, second of the Fatui Harbingers.
And he's here because of the doctor. Just as I thought.
From the tone of your voice, it sounds like there's bad blood between you.
I was reviewing our archives and noticed that a lot of information about him was missing.
Who made the Wanderer
Left
again?
a bad taste in my mouth.
Although I
That's all
think
there
that
is to it.
was... I think it originated from Inazuma, or at least that was the first time you get introduced to him in terms of story, I believe.
Dottore, or Zondik, as he was then known, once studied at the Academia, but he got kicked out before he could graduate.
So the Harbinger's #2 man is a college dropout? How embarrassing for them.
Last we heard, he was planning something. We actually heard that a few times before, even coming to Nocturne.
But the question is, what is he doing right now? Or like, what is he trying to do right now?
He only appears when something interests him. For all we know, he might have left already.
Well, that's hard to say. Right? That is hard to say.
But the fact he did something here at all is worth noting. It'll fill a couple extra lines in his file.
Why does it
Wonder
sound
by
less
keeping
like a file you're writing and more like a criminal record?
To be fair, it's probably both.
Anyway, we were just about to meet 2 of the other Harbingers. Want to come along? You might learn a thing or two about him there.
Sure.
Even though they're harbingers, well, they're old acquaintances of ours, so, you know, when you talk to them,
Try to be nice? Maybe?
I got it.
The Frostmoon Scion's relations with the Fatui remain tense. Forgive me if I do not attend.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I guess it's probably better if we just have the Traveler and... the Traveler, I guess, and...
In that case, we'll continue assisting Miss Alice with her experiments.
I was hoping someone would come along, but it's
Good
feeling
stuff.
like it's
Everyone's having a
straight up just
fruitful
going to be
All
the
right,
Traveler,
we
and I
better
guess
get going.
Barker?
I'll lead the way.
Who else was going along? The Wanderer. Hey, speaking of Wanderer, hey Wanderer, are you here for revenge?
Well, yeah. That's obviously part of it. But I'm not the only one who has a score to settle with him. Neither you, nor Lesser Lord Kusanali, nor I want to see him meddling with things again.
Okay, fair enough. One other thing, when we return, let's talk about Columbina.
What's the hurry?
Trying to figure out how to get her name or something.
Don't worry. Pigeons always know which way home is.
I guess maybe referring to her. After the conversation... thank you. After the conversation ends...
You made it. Who is this?
Right, after the conversation ends, the group splits into 2 teams. Led by Walker, you make it safely into the Kuraki Experimental Design Bureau. And before we continue with that discussion, I'm gonna go on a quick ad break. But make sure to not go anywhere, because we'll be having a little bit further look onto the Genshin story in just 3 minutes time. So make sure to not go anywhere. I'll see you then. I should unmute my mic. Welcome back to more Genshin. We'll be continuing for a little while longer. Let's see.
A scholar from Sumeru. They call him
Alakino
Hack
meets
Guy.
up with
He's an old
Wanderer,
friend of the
Walker,
Travelers.
and the Traveler to discuss Columbina.
Wait, this is the academia representative you wrote about? He doesn't exactly look the part.
I believe this will prove my identity. You'll notice it bears the seal of the Sanctuary of Surasthana.
Every time Columbina shows up, it feels like she doesn't really... She's just chilling around and just doing random things.
Well, what do you know? So it does. All right then. My mistake.
But I still wonder how she feels like just chilling around, you know?
It's fine. I expected as much.
What?
So as I mentioned in my letter, the Academia's got its eyes on Dottore.
So of course, you have the Dottore
this
thing,
matter
and then
remains
of
top
course,
secret.
we also have the
Apart from
problem
those
of
assisting in the
Columbina,
investigation,
so
the fewer people who
two
know,
things at this
the
point.
better.
If anyone asks, I'm here in Nod-Krai to pursue my personal academic interests.
I guess technically true.
Gotta say, Varka, you did pretty well to keep all this under wraps for so long. Sounds like you got in touch with the academia about this way back.
you flatter me.
You're all harbingers? What reason would you have to disclose information about Dottore?
Where do I even start? Remember that time we fought Rerir at Star Sand Shoal? He sure let me have it then, didn't he? I'll bet Dottore had that all sketched out with me
Sounds
as
like
his
someone might be a
convenient
little
pawn.
pissed off.
He could not care
Just
less about us
casually?
if he tried, but hey! The feeling's mutual.
Does Dottore really strike you as the sort who values his relationships with his colleagues?
Fair point. Definitely not.
Yeah, as
Which
you
is
can
why
tell
I
with
always keep my guard up whenever
Sanchoni
he starts making
and
suspicious moves.
Alakino.
To that extent, our motivations
Sanchoni
align.
specifically right
top
now,
of
but
which, I consider you
I'm getting the vibe
trustworthy
that
people.
Columbina is on a similar front there. Not Columbina, sorry.
Now, back on
Alakino.
topic. In the wake of the Reikir of Solnari episode, Sandrone and I grew suspicious about Dottore's complete inaction during the entire affair. So we tried to find out what he'd been up to, but unfortunately to no avail.
He never lets anyone in on his plans. The more he cares about something, the more secretive he gets.
That would imply that he's like really focusing on this.
Indeed. Perhaps he believes that by keeping a low profile, he can avoid trouble. But that trick isn't going to work on his colleagues.
Yeah, I mean, he's been researching the ancient moon's remnants. And he's been trying to get his paws on the moon marrows. Only an idiot would believe he doesn't have something more planned.
What is going to be the end? We have so many question marks
With this
still
in mind,
around.
I returned to Snezhnaya and relayed my thoughts to Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, entreating her to have him recalled.
That's pretty direct. Did the Tsaritsa agree?
Yes. I made it abundantly clear that the Fatui's business in Nod-Krai is almost concluded, and we do not need 3 harbingers in this territory.
Oh.
Her Majesty concurred.
So what's going to happen to the experimental barrier afterwards?
Accordingly, Dottore has returned at her orders. I imagine he is continuing with experiments, which no one besides
That
he
is
would
rather
ever
strange
have
if you
any
think
interest
about
in.
it. Although I guess, I believe the only reason they're here is to investigate the moon fragments that, fell down, I believe.
Common sense might
So
mean
them
nothing to him, but he's
Trying to
not
do something
stupid.
else that would
He knows that no good can
be
come
explained,
from
I
opposing
guess,
the
by that, or
Tsaritsa.
by at some point there's gonna be an end to that, right?
Smarts alone won't get him all the way. He needs the Rooster's resources and Regrator's Mora, both of which the Tsaritsa can strip from him by waggling a finger.
But doesn't he have a track record of publicly following orders while going against them in private? He probably has it down to a fine art by now.
Wouldn't put it past him. We worked together on a research project once. Only briefly, but it was enough to show me that we're fundamentally different people. He has no interest in doing things methodically, stage by stage. His thoughts jump all over the place, and the moment his curiosity is satisfied, or he gets the results he wants, he disappears.
But he has disappeared right now, so that is a bit of a question.
The only similarity we share is that once we set our minds on doing something, we will see it done, whatever it takes.
Well, we definitely saw some of that in your battle with Rerir. You got so competitive.
Ugh, do not remind me.
I think she might not be happy about
Then
that
I
fight.
believe we all concur. Dottore will not simply give up.
Fantastic. Now this is turning into a whole day of unpleasant memories. Ugh. Are you talking about the moon marrow stuff?
Probably.
He also strikes me as the kind of person to disregard experimental regulations, ruin all the equipment, and go way over budget. Then leave the first person he can find to deal with the fallout.
Exactly. This one time, he was running some high-temperature experiment and the substance exploded. But does he care? No. He orders his subordinates to open the device so he can
And I'm
observe
guessing
the
everyone
results,
died.
which causes the gas inside to leak out. That gas was poisonous.
Yep.
If I hadn't been there,
Guess what?
who knows how many people
I
might
guess
have
he
died.
doesn't really care about anyone, quite
And after all
literally.
that, he left while I was still cleaning up after his mess. What a waste of time, he said. Waste of time? The nerve!
Okay, that's funny.
He wasted my time!
Honestly, I feel like it's a little funny with Columbino always walking around.
You've been bottling that up for a while, huh?
Or at least that section was funny.
Hat guy, I must say, you seem awfully familiar with
And Wanderer's
internal
gonna have to be
Fatui
pissed
affairs,
about constantly,
especially when it comes to
like, even
Dottore.
more people calling him Hat Guy at this point. Surely.
Thank you, Lady Harbingers, for providing such valuable information. I have no other questions for now, so I'll be on my way.
Wait, what? You're just gonna leave?
Yeah, he got pissed off by being called Hat Guy.
You're welcome to join if you want.
Ugh. Just when Paimon thought he'd finally mellowed out.
He makes quite the impression.
That he does indeed.
I'll say. I've met tons of
And he will
headstrong
also
people,
sell you
but
cars if he
not
gets a
many of them
chance
would
to.
join me in bad-mouthing Dottore. Anyway, back to the main agenda. Barca, you said that Columbina has gone missing? Or rather, disappeared.
Well, technically she's supposed to be, she's right behind
Yeah.
you, but
We're working on building a connection
obviously
between
I
her
can't
and
see
this
it.
world. The simplest method is to find out her real name.
I've actually asked her that question before, but she said she didn't know. Considering our relationship, I doubt she was lying to me.
you could have just given you a pseudonym. What did she do while she was with the
As
Fatui?
far as I recall, she was never dispatched by Her Majesty to claim a gnosis or anything like that.
Just hanging around?
The Tsaritsa's plans had long contained a place specifically for her.
I always thought that was weird. What could she do that the rest of us couldn't?
That is... it's strange.
Knowing what we do now, it's probably something related to Kavaki, right?
I guess so.
More than likely. When she first arrived, Columbina would often go to Her Majesty and ask when she could start the task assigned to her. But Her Majesty always gave the same reply. The time has not yet come. So she spent her days
I'm
in
guessing it's gotta be
Skaya doing
something
basically
in
nothing.
well, Kawaki is only available in Nod-Krai, so
The
it's
Tsaritsa
gotta be
has summoned a
something in
beautiful
this
blind maiden to
space.
be a harbinger, giving her the third seat by virtue only of her enchanting voice. It was a dumb and stupid rumor, but the reality of the situation made it hard to refute.
And what happened after
So,
that?
The rumor is that the only reason that she's around is
I
their
imagine
voice?
she stopped
What?
caring. She no longer seemed to care why she had been recruited.
That is so strange.
And Her Majesty never gave her any missions. So she just continued to sing in the flower garden. For my part, I was busy.
But I'm also
So
not
busy, in
surprised
fact,
that she
watching
just
someone be that
left
idol
at
had
some
me
point.
fuming. But still,
Just out of boredom, you know?
the sense
I think that makes sense on why she left.
that she had long been used to a life of other people claiming she was needed.
But still,
When she wasn't.
rather big question mark of why.
I just felt that having a place to stay would cost me something eventually. And so I waited quietly for the day that I would have to pay the price.
Which I guess is now?
And on the other end of that spectrum,
Unfortunately.
you had me. Someone once told me that I had the lousiest work and the toughest luck. That's a good way of putting it. I forget who said it, but those words have always stuck with me.
It is interesting to like at least get some knowledge about what was happening behind the scenes, I guess.
But you've done your job exceptionally well all this time. Because at heart, you are a conscientious person.
Thanks for telling us all this.
What is it? Something come to mind?
It's nothing. I'm just even more eager to learn her name now. I want to shout it to her from the rooftops.
That makes sense. Nothing screams you are needed like your name shouted from across the town.
Well, good luck with it. But if you ask me, Columbina is still the most shoutable name.
But I don't know what's the status of that name, to be honest. Is that just something the Traveler gave her?
I'm just so used to it now. After all the arguments we've had,
I'm not sure personally.
can't be bothered trying to remember another name for her.
Nor I.
Sandrone. Harlequino.
Like, there's gotta be more to it at Columbina, right? To chat further about interesting moments with Columbina's past, but soon the time comes for you to part.
Sealy! Does that mean Nicole has news for us?
Ladies, I thank you for your hospitality. If the chance ever comes up, I definitely owe you both a drink sometime.
I'm sure it will.
You can make your own way out. Heck, you've been here enough times, you probably know your way around better than I do.
That is technically true. Let's see. Take care, everyone. We'll be in touch if the situation changes.
Time to do what adventurers do best. Follow that Sealy!
Sealy to where?
Here you are.
Oh, hat guy.
Right. Anyway. So let's see.
How
We
come
are
you're
heading
back
into
so soon?
to the
Things
view
go
of
all
Durin
right
and
with the
Son.
Fatui?
And the Wanderer has now walked to them.
Fine. Dotori's been summoned home by the Tsaritsa. Couldn't get much more than that.
It's interesting how fast he ended up leaving, to be honest.
How about you? Any progress with the investigation?
Unfortunately not. We've tried everything. Different phantoms, different locations, different points in history. But the results are the same each time.
They just couldn't figure things out,
Abyssal
from my
monsters roaming
understanding.
the land. People crying out in despair, with no hope of being rescued.
Well, that looks like a different type of illusion.
Every time I see it, I can't help but think, is this what it was like in Mondstadt when Dragonspine Durin attacked?
Well, that looks, I mean, looks like some kind of building.
And if I fail in the task I've been given, will I create yet another tragedy?
That's just meaningless speculation.
When we encountered similar phenomena previously, I tried to interfere with those illusions, using sounds and lights to guide them. However, we could not change their fates. At most, we were able to extend their existences.
The events of the past are like fate that has been written into Irminsul. There isn't a living thing in Teyvat that can escape its past.
And Irminsul is the whole big thing of, you know, the past, basically.
But Miss Alice instructed us to try to find ways to change the outcome that these phantoms face.
It's an impossible task. Can't you just refuse?
Since she asked us to do this, I feel like it can't truly be impossible. Or if it is, well, mages can make the impossible possible. I could not have been born as Durin otherwise.
Because I believe I would have to go way back to the
You
this
also
summer
said
event,
that your past
right?
39 attempts were fruitless.
That's true.
Did he not try again?
But you're still
I would have
going.
now guessed that they'd be at number 40
Yes.
by now, or like 50.
After this many futile attempts, surely you realize that you're not doing this because you still believe what some mage told you. It's because you want her hypothesis to come true. It's something you wish for deep inside. So, think for yourself about what you want to do. As long as you don't believe it's futile, it isn't.
Yeah.
Previous experience indicates that we cannot touch the phantoms, which limits the effectiveness of
I
our
still wonder
interventions.
how Llama was able to interact with them, though.
If we want to clear this hurdle,
That is rather
we
strange.
need to break this rule somehow.
Same thought here.
Like, what did she
Following the same
do?
rules means repeating the same failures. Reducing ourselves to mere playthings of fate.
So you mean we need to figure out
'Cause
a way
that's
to
the
make
strange
contact
thing,
with them,
in my opinion.
despite knowing that we can't?
Yes, and I suspect that's something only you are capable of. Everything in Teyvat is logged in Irminsul, but the withering that once occurred in Sumeru was a sign that the Great World Tree was being corrupted.
This corruption allowed things that should not have existed in Teyvat to appear. This is tantamount to rewriting reality to an extent.
You're saying abyssal power might be able to affect those phantoms?
But Llama didn't have that either.
No one's ever tried it before. If you're gonna try it, it'll take courage.
But you know, might as well
and
try.
you
Who-
have to be
Who
confident
knows?
that you can control it.
Is anyone there? Has anyone seen my daughter?
And there you go.
I have to find her.
There are a few more illusions. Time to try it with them, I would
Are
assume.
you in there?
If I can use my abyssal powers to warn him that there is danger here, maybe it'll change his decision. Maybe he'll stay away.
Although, I still wonder how Llama was
Yes.
able to interact with
The
those
important thing is not
animals.
the nature of the power, but
Which would
rather how
imply
you
there
use
is
it.
some way to at least get something sorted in that
To
front.
intimidate and obstruct. Sounds about right for the Abyss.
Let me try. I should be able to influence that thing.
Have you seen a little girl?
What? This isn't the time for that! Just run!
Bye bye. But anyway. Oh, there she goes.
I hear someone inside. Spargana? Are you in there?
Durin can use the power of the Abyss to affect the world in which the Phantom is located, so there is a way For example, using it on a stone pillar will create a barrier with the intimidate and obstruct attributes, which in turn will affect the choices and actions of the human phantom. Right, but that's something we'll be taken care of on another day, because I'm afraid we have reached the end of today's live stream. What just happened there? Not sure what happened there, but anyway. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, then please, of course, leave a like, follow, subscribe, depending on the platform. And other than that, make sure to tune again on Saturday for another Musume stream, where we'll be actually finishing up at least the first career, and then afterwards I'll see. I'm not sure what I'll do. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a very great rest of your day or night, or whatever else we're doing next. I'll see you then.